And he opens the mail and he's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. You're holding it." And he's like, "It's a check from Power Peralta." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my board sponsor." And he's like, $3,000? He's like, "What's that for?" I'm like, "For skating."
Right.
He goes, "How often do you get that?" And I was like, "Every month." He's like, "Every month? You should take this shit serious." And that's when I paused the VHS. I turned around. I was like, "I'm top 5 in the fucking world, Dad.
Yeah.
How much serious do you want to get?" And he was like, "Oh." And I was like, "What do you think I was doing?" He's like, "I thought you were selling weed."
Welcome back to it. Hey. Back in the motherfucking field.
Back in this bitch. Back in Nash. That's nothing but Memphis, baby. Hey, that's what we do. And then past that road was the hood.
Fuck the op.
He said, "Oh, you want a shot?" I said, yeah, nigga. In the city, fuck with me, now I gotta fuck with the city.
Light it up. Light it up.
Welcome to the Raw Room.
Back in the motherfucking building, baby. Another episode of the Raw Room. It's your boy JC here. We got Sweet here. King not here yet, but we got a guest, you know what I'm saying? The one and only Jason Ellis.
Big guest in the building.
A legend in the media game, professional skater, you know what I'm saying? Coming all the way from Australia, man, and wears many hats. We're going to get into that. Before we get into that, y'all tap in with us on the YouTube. If y'all new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, baby, and join the room. Roomies, y'all know what time it is. Pay rent. Get in them comments. Shut it out. Show some love, man. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, JC.
But yeah, like I said, man, the many hats over here. Comedian, had a show last night at Zany's. Professional skater. That's how I know him. That's where I found him. Podcast host with Tony Hawk. Got a lot more on the docket here, but we won't start out with this. This is like one of the segments that you used to start your show out with. Ellis Mania. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, Ellis Mania is...
Ellis Mania?
It's comedy boxing.
Check us out. Check us out,
Oh,
Sweet.
shit.
Is that like 8 guys in the ring right
Pinata
here?
fight
Yeah,
day.
that's where a guy dresses as a piñata and 4 people try to beat the piñata up while 3 people try to protect the piñata. But we really weren't that interested in protecting the piñata.
Oh, yeah. Y'all was just there for the boxing.
We were just beating each other up, really.
I'm just here for the shits. Okay, let's get to it.
I made Ellis Mania because I had a pro fight accidentally. Like I was a pro skateboarder and I was old. I retired.
Yeah.
And then I started training because I moved away and I was like, I need something to fill the gap of not being a pro skateboarder anymore. So I got into MMA and I was just doing it to be staying fit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have any plans to be a fighter, but because of the personality that I am, as soon as I got in there, I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then I befriended some pro fighters because they were like, oh, man, you're a pro skateboarder?
Right.
And then I was on the pro team real quick.
Oh, shit.
Like I was, instead of like training with the weekend warriors,
Right.
I was on the team.
You was training with the real dogs.
So I was sparring with
bet.
like Dan Henderson and all these guys within 3 weeks. And I mean, you got to know who you are, but like skateboarding is, you get hurt, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So
You
if
definitely
you
getting hurt.
Me, it doesn't. I don't think it registers as much as a normal person.
Right.
So like you could kick me in the face. I don't really care. And like we're bleeding and they broke my nose a bunch of times and they're like, we like you, man. Like you keep coming.
Oh, hell no.
Keep coming back.
And then it turned into like, you know what, dude, you could take a shot. Like, and you hit pretty hard. You should have a fight. And I was like, you think? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, if you think so, then yeah. And then next thing you know, I had a fight and it was more like, I went up to LA to sharpen my hands at a boxing gym.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when there was a guy that he fought Lennox Lewis, heavyweight.
Lennox Lewis.
And he was an Australian guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, where in Australia from? And I was like, Melbourne. He's like, I'm from Melbourne. And then we became friends. And then I became like serious about boxing.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was where I found that like, I like wrestle, jiu-jitsu, all that. But like the thing that made sense for my body and my skill sets was boxing for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I had my first pro MMA fight, making weight and like, you know, because I've had fights before, but
Yeah,
like,
you got to be strict with this shit.
when you know you're going to meet this other person in a cage in like 2 months from now and you're jogging and you're doing all this strength and conditioning and you're not eating to like lose weight, something changed. It changed in me where I became something different. And then I was on the radio every day, and I was like, I think every man, this is my theory. Every man should have one organized fight because you're gonna understand something that we all need to understand before we die. Yeah, like you need to face your fear. You need to get in shape. You need to like be disciplined, and then you need to get in there in the ring or in the cage. And because I don't care who you are, you're scared.
Oh yeah,
and you need to face it, and win or lose, there's this feeling of accomplishment. Like when fights pop off around me now, I kind of think it's funny, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, you idiots, you know what I mean? Like, because dudes puff up, and it's like it's a show. Yeah. Like you don't really want to fight. Nobody really wants to fight, dude. It's more of like a girl, or you drink and you one guy. But like if someone could be like, hey, you two, how about we get a burger instead? And you're both going to be known as really cool for getting the burger. You're going to agree to it. Nobody wants to get punched in the face. Like, don't lie. Yeah. So I was like, I want to make an event where people get to fight, but in a way where you don't have to make weight. Because I realize, like a normal person, you got to go to work and shit. Like you can't do that.
I got to go to work.
But if I put 16-ounce gloves and headgear on, and I assess your skill level so I don't put you against somebody that could really hurt the other person. Okay, yeah. And then we had, you know what I mean? Like I was a ref. So like if you get tagged, I'm not going to let it keep going. Right. Like if you get stung, I'm like, okay, you lost. Right. And then it was like Fight Club, but for ugly people. Like
Fight Club for average Joes, man. Yeah, man. This is good
but
for
these guys would thank me. Win or lose, they'd be like, dude, you changed my life. Like now I go to the gym. Now I like eat good and
you got
like,
confidence.
It got all these people like
turned into a warrior. He just swung at fucking air.
Dude, do the ones at the Hard Rock.
He's hurting.
This is at Skankfest. These are small ones. I did them at the Hard Rock. 3,000 people, dude. I sold out the joint like 10 years in a row.
Ellis Mania in the building. Yeah. Hey, look, this shit look legit right here.
That one, the middle one, because these are like
after a long day of work, come out here and get to beat some ass.
But I had pro fighters that would like beat up these guys. We would beat you up a little bit, but not too bad. But,
you're gonna kick some ass.
But I started fighting like UFC. I did all this shit before Jake Paul. Like I fought UFC fighters. Okay. Oh yeah, because they're not good at boxing, and I boxed them.
Jake Paul out of the water.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense.
But
okay.
I can't. I did it too early because
this would have blew Jake Paul shit out the water.
Yeah. For sure.
Hell yeah.
It's funny you say that because you know what? It makes sense because recently I was reading Will Smith book and he was talking about how he was training for the Muhammad Ali joint. Yeah. And he was like, and he trained with a real boxer, right? Yeah. But he had this whole segment on how, man, like you don't really know yourself as a man until you really get rocked.
Yeah, man.
Until you really get rocked. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Punching
like
your shit.
There's a thing like you get stung hard, like your brain, you go to another place, but you're still inside your body. Yeah. Like your body is not really operating, but you're still inside it. Yeah. And you're still like, I'm still waiting for you to throw a punch. I'm going to time it and throw mine. Will my hand understand what my brain is telling it to do still? Right. We're about to find out. Like, and if you still are in that mode, then afterwards, win or lose, you're proud of yourself, man. Because you're like, in the heat of battle, I didn't cry. I came with it.
I was a warrior in that motherfucker. I can't fight.
And everybody's capable. Man, I fought 10 pros in 10 rounds back to back, like a new pro every round.
Oh yeah,
and like my friend picked them, so like I didn't know until they came out, and I was like, "Hey, that's Uriah Faber," and he was like, "Yeah, motherfucker, it is."
You fight some real dudes in this bitch.
And he went for it too.
Right.
You did 10. You fought 10 people.
So you did a person. It's a crazy man.
10 guys in a row. Yeah, because it's from this movie Digtown. And we copied it to be funny. Yeah. But I fought 10 guys, 1 minute each.
That don't sound fun at all.
That don't sound fun at all.
It wasn't. It was a little bit of both.
That sounds crazy, man. Oh shit. Okay, let's get more into this
Mania.
Ellis Mania, man. Let's get more into this interview, man. Jason Ellis. Okay, so talk about growing up in Australia. How did you get started skating for real?
Well, the first time I skated was my mom was adopted and she had like a grandma that was not her grandma, but somebody that was like nice to her. Yeah. And she was like the best thing my mom had, like a nice lady, and she kind of took care of us a little bit. And she had a real son, and he had already moved out, and he had like the little plastic skateboard in the shed. And when my mum would go over there, I would stand on this little plastic skateboard and roll it down the driveway over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first time I ever skateboarded. But then when I went to a new school, there was these two twins. One was like kind of a fat kid, and the other kid was like super fat. And they were,
hell no.
They were
two fat asses. Too fat and fatter.
Yeah, it really was. But they showed me because that was right like in the early 80s where they made a skateboard that was like the first wide skateboard. Like I never seen it before, where it was like an actual like the ones that they look
the
like
ones
today.
we see now. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
And I was like, oh wow, and they're like, yeah, man, skating. Like, you gotta get one.
Everybody was riding like the longer boards,
the
longer
skinny
boards.
little plastic ones.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And I didn't even know. And then I was like, whoa. And then you could get them at like I think I got my first one was like at a water ski shop.
Oh shit!
Because they didn't have skate shops when I was a kid.
Okay.
Skateboarding wasn't big enough.
Yeah.
So then I got it and I used to roll into a keyhole on my butt because I couldn't stand up and roll into it. I would die. And then then I just became
the first thrills. I mean, I want to say
that bit me, dude. Like once that it was like because I'm a dreamer. Like I would take time off school and I would sit in the alleyway and I would just think of me doing skateboard tricks in my head.
Yeah.
Until school had like ended and
then
I would
you got to go
skate.
do this.
Yeah.
That's crazy as fuck. And it's crazy you said you did you like lay down on the board and do the keyhole, because I feel like that's probably like the first way a lot of people ride a skateboard.
Into a concrete bowl. It's like 10 foot deep. There was no. I was like, I'm not standing up and going into that. I'm gonna die.
But yeah, laying down on the board, I feel like that's how most
makes
people
sense.
definitely the first time touching a skateboard for real.
Was there like so? What was it for you? You said, "Oh yeah, this is my shit." Was it just the adrenaline? Was it or just?
I mean, I grew up riding dirt bikes and stuff when I was a kid. My dad was like a what would you call it? It's a bogan in Australia, but like a hesh, like a redneck, you know, like
okay.
Like he grew up hunting and like jumping cars and like titties and guns and
okay,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
And he was a maniac. So like to me, I didn't know. Like when people said that I was crazy, I was like, no, I'm not. I'm normal.
Right. This is
because
what
I didn't know
about.
anybody who wasn't a maniac. Like my dad would, fight people. Like I grew up in a bad scene, I guess. Like people.
He sounded like he from Mississippi or some shit.
Yeah, it's like,
you know what I'm saying? Like he sounded from the South.
And fights
from the South. Yeah.
Yeah, some rough shit. Everybody talk rough because they were rough. So when I got into skateboarding, it was like that's the thing. The same with fighting, all things like that. The reason that people like me make it is because when bad things happen, it's not that bad.
Right.
Like when you break your arm. I've told this story 1,000 times, but I had a friend. He was like, I'm quitting skating. And I was like, why? He's like, I broke my ankle again. And I'm like, so? And he was like, dude, I broke my ankle 3 times. And I was like, damn. So? And he looked at me crazy. And I remember going, why are you looking at me crazy?
Right.
Like, just let it heal and then go skate again.
You'll be good again.
I don't understand why you would quit.
Right.
Like, and he was like, what are you fucking... like, my leg broke 3 times, dude.
You want me to do this again?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I've had compound fractures, all that stuff, but it just never... Like, I was pretty sure, like, I don't have a good education. I was like, I'm an idiot. And I was like, well, that's how I perceived myself as a child. Damn. I was like, I'm gonna make it as a pro skateboarder or die. So there was no option.
It wasn't a middle thing.
So it was super easy, no matter how bad it got.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how many times I had to broke my arm up here and then I cut the cast off so that I could still grab my board?
That's crazy.
Multiple times,
That's
dude.
Crazy
multiple. I broke like over 50 bones.
Shit.
I've been knocked out like over 36 times.
Shit.
I got dead man's ligament in my knee. I've had blown out all my knees, all my ligaments, bone spurs, snapped my tailbone off. It's still floating in my ass to this day.
He ain't got no connective tissue in that motherfucker. It's just gone.
Well, I got stem cells twice. That's why I can still skate.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I went to Colombia. And
he got new knees twice.
Yeah. I got a dead man's MCL in here that's got Kevlar and titanium to hold that shit down.
Oh, shit. This man damn near Cybertron.
Exactly.
That shit works, dude. Like, good.
See, now you back.
And I understand it in terms of football.
Big King.
Shout out to King. Finally on set. King, Jason.
Big motherfucking Christ. How's it going, man?
Yeah, he surprises everybody when he get here because nobody's used to seeing 6'10" and taller humans. You know, so.
You're 6'10"?
Something like that.
Fuck yeah, that must be cool as shit.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
I feel like though, like just back to it, as far as like just the mentality. Heck, even with y'all, especially you, King, up into your fucking trenches.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You gotta
like,
be used to punishing. I'm getting punished.
I understand it a little bit in terms
Not
of like
to that level,
in terms of football. You know what I'm saying? I'll go out there, you know what I'm saying? My shit then went fuzzy a few times. I had to change the channel a few times to get back. But I ain't cool. I don't know about 50 broken bones. That first ankle. Yeah, I'm gonna get on the bike. I'll catch y'all next week. Yeah, it ain't going. Fit but them bones.
Broken bones?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Shit.
Ain't counting, man. It ain't over.
I know, because you say you still out here skating.
I'm still dumb as fuck.
I mean, yeah, so you look, go for broke or you know, I'm a pro skater and you move to the US at what, 17?
Yeah.
To get out here to become a skater. Like how did that even come about? Like you had a contact or something, you was like, I'm finna go make this career?
I had a friend in Australia. Like, first of all, there was a couple of guys that were good from New Zealand, and they moved to Australia. And two of them had been to America and were friends with a couple of American pros.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of them came to Australia. So I met a couple of pros. Lance Mountain, he's like a famous guy.
Okay.
And when I went to America, I stayed at his house for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went with another guy, and he had been one time before, but he was 16, dude. Like, he was 16, I was 17. We were kids. I had no money. Like, I had like $100 or something, and we stayed in a kid's playground. Like, I had a sleeping bag.
Whoa, shit.
Wait a minute, what?
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't even get nobody got you a hotel. Damn.
A hotel?
Shit.
Dude, we didn't have any money for a hotel. You got to be joking me. We stayed, but skaters were family. Like when you saw us skate, the Americans saw these two Australians and were like, "Oh, they're one of us." Like, and then they were like, "Hey, man, where are you staying tonight?" And I was like, "I'm in a kid's playground." They're like, "A kid's playground? Do you want to crash on my couch?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do. That's way better than a kid's playground."
Yeah.
How the fuck did y'all get over here if y'all ain't had no damn?
Because that's all I had. I saved up. I worked to get money for a plane ticket.
Damn.
And when I got the plane ticket, I didn't care what was gonna. I knew. Like, that was the thing. Like, the level of determination that I had, and the people, like, still to this day, there's people that are more talented than me.
Yeah.
But I never met anybody. I mean, I met a couple, but I never met many people that had the love that I had for this sport.
Right.
Like, I was like, there was contests where I would say, I will die before I bail. Like, and I was not fucking joking. Like, I would get teary-eyed, not sad.
Yeah.
Violent. Like, I was like, if this doesn't work out, I want to live. Yeah. Like, I need this. Like, and my body I was not a good athlete.
Damn.
Like, I skated so much that my body became athletical.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, there was a time there where,
Learn
like
something,
I said,
John.
dude, there was these two fat kids that were better than me for like the first 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then when I turned pro and I'd been living here for a while, I could do a backflip standing on the fucking ground.
Wow.
And when I was a kid, like, if someone was like, "I'll give you $1 million to do a backflip," I would have landed completely on my face. Like, no way. But when you practice every day, all day, your body wakes up or dies, one of the two.
What year was it when you came over here? Like, what like year was it when you came over to the States?
Shit, 80, 89, 88 or something.
Okay. Like, I'm just trying to gauge, like, when did professional skateboarding, like X Games and all that, when did it really
that was way after. But there was an era before me where there was no video yet because Australia didn't have like skateboard distribution.
Mm-hmm.
But at the water ski shop, somebody said, "There's this guy in America, his name's Tony Hawk, and he could do finger flips." And I was like, "What do you mean finger flip?" And people were trying to explain it, but there was no photo.
Right.
So I was like, "Wait, you're saying that he flips the board and then grabs it again?" They're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "That's impossible." And then the magazine came. And then right after the magazine came, then a Bones Brigade video came. like a VHS Bones Brigade video. And when we saw that, you know, there wasn't that many. There was like fucking 20 of us, dude.
Yeah.
And when we all saw it, we were just like, oh. And then I was under the assumption by watching the video that this Bones Brigade, this group of people, didn't have jobs. They got paid to ride a skateboard.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's when my parents were divorced. I made them meet me at a pub. And I was like, I just need you guys to support me for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to move to America and I'm going to be a professional skateboarder. And my dad was like, that's not a actual thing. And I was like, nah, there's this guy named Tony Hawk.
Hell yeah.
Pretty sure he does it for a living.
Nah.
And then I was the first Australian-born professional skateboarder ever.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
That's what that actual timeline. I mean, like you was really like founding fathers.
Dude, I got a story. I was staying in my parents' house. I was staying at my dad's house once, and I used to come back for a couple months every year. And I got checks sent to the house. And he opened the mail, and I was watching TV, all high watching TV.
Yeah.
And he opens the mail, and he's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. You're holding it." And he's like, "It's a check from Power Peralta." And I'm like, yeah, that's my board sponsor. And he's like, $3,000. He's like, "What's that for?" I'm like, "For skating."
Right.
Yeah.
And I was watching a Lakers game. It was funny because I used to, my friend would tape it and send it to me because they didn't have it in Australia.
Okay, yeah.
And
Damn, that's
he
crazy.
goes, "How often do you get that?" And I was like, "Every month." And he's like, "Every month? You should take this shit serious." And that's when I paused the VHS. I turned around. I was like, "I'm top 5 in the fucking world, Dad. How much serious do you want to get?" And he was like, "Oh." And I was like, "What do you think I was doing?" He's like, "I thought you were selling weed." And I was like, "Man, really, dude?"
Oh, hell no. Pop said, ain't no way he got all this fucking money out here skateboarding and shit. Fuck is he talking about? That's not a real job.
We got to think about it. At the time, it wasn't a
right.
thing.
Yeah,
it really wasn't. But that's how I saw things work. Like, I came to America, watched the best dudes of the world do stuff, and then I learned all their stuff.
Yeah.
Then I went back to Australia and did it in front of a bunch of Australians, and then all these Australians came up and started being real good.
Right.
All you needed to do was see it firsthand,
Right.
and your body goes, "Oh."
Hell yeah.
That's why the internet changed everything, because
Right.
you don't need to go to America to see somebody do it. You can just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, this shit everywhere now.
It just creates monsters, man.
Y'all was making, I mean, because there was like mixtapes too, like that eventually came
It
up.
was the mixtapes was fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
shit.
remember seeing a lot of this shit, watching skate tapes and shit like
skate
that.
tapes.
That dude was sick.
I'm about to say they had
Ain't no
you
way.
on here that you made a tape at like 13 or some shit.
It's man going crazy.
That dude came to a demo that we were doing. And he's like, "Hey, man, can I do a demo with you guys?" And I was like, "What?" And I could tell like he was not like normal.
He was different.
Yeah, he had a different kind of thing, but he had a confidence where I was like, I want to see what he has.
Right.
Because everyone was like, "This dude doesn't know what he's talking about." And I was like, I think he's got something. And then he took us out in the parking lot and did fucking handstands. And I was like, "Oh, shit."
Right.
Because we were good, but none of us could
Nobody's
do that.
doing that, right.
Yeah.
Handstand on the
Man,
board.
where are you getting all this video shit? I don't remember.
Look, Faye got all this shit, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Young Jason in this motherfucker.
Yeah, I got hair.
You
in half
had
these
right. You
videos.
had hair in that
Son of
shit.
a bitch, man. This shit's making me sad. I was kind of attractive, man. Fuck.
Hell yeah, bro. Look, the demos, man. This shit go all the way back, bro.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Using your bag. Yeah, leave.
Oh shit.
So spending a lot of the times like in the I guess you started out like a streets type skater.
Oh hell no.
No?
I'm a Vert guy. Yeah.
Okay,
Big
man.
time.
Was always
One of the worst street skaters the professional skateboarding world has ever seen.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
I've done some handrails and shit, but that was when I was younger, and they were that was like life or death. Because that's the difference is street skating. Like, could I do it? Yeah, but if it goes wrong, I can't bail.
Yeah.
Street dudes will like if they go down a handrail and they miss their board, they'll run down the rail like a cat.
Yeah.
If I miss the rail, the first thing that will hit the rail is my face.
Sheesh.
But the difference is, like I was telling you, when my friend skated that the bowl the other day,
Yeah.
when he fell off, the first thing he hit was his skull.
Right.
Back of his head.
But I was sliding down next to him and going, "What the fuck
are
is
you
wrong
doing?"
with you?" Because it's a total different sport.
Right.
Damn. See, none of
no,
that.
the bows look fun as shit, but
None of that.
that was never in my wheelhouse.
It's like vert skating is harder to do at the start, and it's less glamorous because you need to figure out how to pump the transition to go big.
Right. Yeah.
So it takes a long time for that to work out. Like street dudes, they got some pants on and they hang out with the homies and they do a kickflip standing on the carpet, and you're kind of almost cool for a minute, real quick.
Yeah.
Vert, there's years where you look like a bitch. You got pads on, you're not cool.
Yes, a lot of pads in this shit.
But yeah, because we're doing like 50 mile an hour, man. And you fuck up, you're gonna know about it.
Yeah.
But once you get it going, then to me, I don't feel the impact. Like when you fly into the air, you're weightless, and then when you land, it's pretty weightless.
Right.
It's kind of flying, dude, and you're going fast. It's
I
love it.
I've seen a bunch of different competitions and guys doing runs and shit like that. And like you said, the bells on this one, like sometimes you'll smack
when that shit happens
like that. But a lot of times it's guys just kind of like gliding right back into the
when it
bowl
works, it's awesome.
Right.
Like the mega ramp.
Yeah.
The coolest feeling I've ever had in skateboarding is the mega ramp. Because I've done a 20-foot backside on a 30-foot high quarter pipe. So I'm 50 feet in the air.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But when that goes bad,
right.
It's super not cool.
Definitely bad. 50 feet in the air.
50 feet in the air.
Oh, hell no.
I've had some pain where, like, the next day I was like, I don't know if I should do this ever again.
But you always get back on that motherfucker, though.
Yeah, that's the one. Mexico City was the craziest one. I did a demo in Australia, and I jumped off this wall into a ramp, and there used to be a sign next to the wall, and I always used to talk about jumping off it.
Uh-huh.
And then my friend goes, dude, you're coming back to Australia. You got to jump off the wall. And I'm like, yeah, good idea. I do the demo, and I'm so hyped up that I get up on the roof, and I look down, and the sign's gone. So the wall is like 20 feet above the ramp.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you can't make that. And it's like 5,000 people are like, jump! You know what I mean? And I was like, I can't walk off the back. I gotta go.
I gotta go off the motherfucker.
You gotta go.
I jumped off and I hit my head, and I was in and out of consciousness for like 4 or 5 hours. I woke up in hospital, and a nurse was wiping my dick and balls down with a warm towel because when I got knocked out, I pissed myself. But I don't know that. I don't know that. I just wake up and this lady's rubbing my dick with a warm towel, and I was like, whoa.
You said, wait a minute.
What's happening?
Right.
I always get you cleaned up.
But then the doctor was like, if you hit your head again in the next couple of months, you could die. And then a month later, I was in Mexico City at a mega ramp contest doing 20-foot backstairs. That was the worst of it because I was like, I don't feel like this is fun anymore. Like I feel scared.
I'm putting my life in danger.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy as fuck.
But when I did that backside, that was the coolest feeling I've ever felt.
That was dope. Yeah,
I mean, the shit looked dope as hell.
It looked fire.
Like your friend said, you fucking crazy. You fucking crazy.
Fucking crazy, bro.
Right. Like, because you could die.
Hell yeah.
You got to be thrown off to do this.
Thank you.
You have to be.
He said,
you have this.
Right.
You got to be. Because ain't no way nobody in their right mind's like, I want to go do that.
I'm about to go.
On a skateboard.
On a skateboard.
On a skateboard.
Wood wheels.
I like when people would come to that, and then when they would, I'd be like, hey, come to the ledge and look down.
Yeah.
And people are like, they try to hold on to you.
God.
I'm like, don't fucking hold me, man. Like,
God.
I'm not going to push you. Just look down there.
look.
Like, I don't want to look.
Shit,
I
me.
ain't going up there. I'll look at it from down here. Damn,
That shit look high, bro. That shit look
King not
high
even
as fuck.
going up
Hell
there,
no.
bro.
That shit look high.
Yeah, nah. See, it was days where I thought I was a little skater, you know what I'm saying? I could do a little ollie and shit. Yeah, nah.
Did you ever do anything outside, like just shits and giggles, rolling blades, bike, or just straight up?
Rollerblade, you got to watch what you're saying around me when it comes to that.
My fault, my bad. Skate. Is it just what?
No, I do not rollerblade.
You do not rollerblade. My fault, my bad. Is that like
Fuck, sweet
a I want.
That ain't cool.
It's not. It's not.
That ain't cool.
Shit,
man.
my bad.
Rollerblades is not
That's a
fucking
dirty
cool.
word right there, dude.
Is it?
We don't do that shit around here.
You ask a skateboarder if you rollerblades.
We don't fucking inline around here, bro.
We'll talk about it in the fucking parking lot, man.
Hey,
we gonna take this shit outside.
Hey, listen.
What the fuck is you talking about? Rollerblades.
That's what we grew up on.
BMX, fuck yeah.
Okay, BMX,
Full respect.
But
yeah.
okay, all right. Hey, listen.
Rollerblade, fuck no.
Hey, listen, that's swag for us.
That
like,
inline bullshit.
Like on Sunday night, I ain't talking about well, yeah, I guess I was talking about inline. So that was like a fucking. All right, my bad. Hold on. Moving on. Hey, listen. Like our culture, rollers, like skating, like
roller skating.
But that's
okay.
He need the wheels to be
blades.
like a skateboard. He don't want it to be inline. That inline.
He didn't say roller skating. He said rollerblading.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. So the eternal
rollerblading did some shit where when they came up, all of a sudden they started riding our ramps and they started grabbing onto their boots, trying to act like they skateboard, and that's not cool.
We don't like
man.
that shit, bro.
Hey, they got
Get your
beef,
own
sweet.
shit, man.
It's really beef in these fucking streets.
Yeah, and then they got a little cocky about it, like, hey, we're just like you. And I'm like, you are fucking not like me. Like, at all.
Stop fucking skate park.
But roller skating, and
not
also,
like us.
if you roll a blade on the boardwalk because it's like exercise, then yeah, man, cool.
Yeah.
But don't come over here
Clicking
on
heels
the
and
ramp.
shit.
Yeah,
You know what's
thank
crazy? You know what's crazy? Now I think about like I
Clicking
guess
heels.
Clicking in heels
Yeah.
and shit.
the actual bladers, they get shunned everywhere because like in like actual skate rink, if you get on those inlines at the skate rink,
No.
niggas like, bro,
Put some skates on, bro.
put some skates on.
If you do roller hockey, like rollerblade hockey,
Okay.
yeah, okay,
That's a
Okay.
sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
just know what you mean, what you are.
Right.
I got you.
You're not us.
You're not one of us. You're not like us. You're not like us. You're not like us.
At all. At all.
BMX dudes are
BMX
fucking diesel,
though,
yeah, because they can't bail. You know that, right?
At all.
Well, they could, but they just don't, which makes them even cooler.
They
Like if
just-
shit's bad,
Yeah.
they'll just rock it. They'll just eat
Just
shit.
go.
Still holding onto the bars. Just like,
I didn't see a lot of that
I'm like,
shit.
dude, you could have kicked it off. I don't know how to do that. I'm like, I respect that.
Might be bitten fucking half or they just holding on to that.
Because it's a
motherfucker,
version motocross in moto. That was the one because I used to ride a lot of moto. If shit gets bad on a dirt bike, you stay on the bike and let the suspension take most of the hit,
Right.
and then you crash. In skateboarding, we have the option. We can get that away from us, and then we use our protective gear to slide down the transition.
Right.
BMX dudes is so attached to motocross that when they're in trouble, you see it. Like I've seen them where they go to let go and they're like, nah, and then they stay on.
That shit crazy.
And sometimes I feel like because they're not as well versed as we are in the bailing of things, they'll just choose to stay on and get fucking ripped up, dude. Because
I didn't seen a lot of crazy fucking bones sticking out. Motherfucker,
dude, Matt
leg
Hoffman
gets
is.
stuck
Do you
on
know who
the
Matt
rail.
Hoffman is?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the most diesel. Like
Yeah.
him and Evil Knievel are probably the. Oh, this dude! I jumped this. I don't know if this is the video, but I jumped 150 feet or something on a dirt bike, and there's this dude Ryan Villapoto who was like the best Kawasaki guy. Like he was the #1 guy in Supercross, and we were kind of friends. Yeah, this is the video. So, and Kawasaki were giving me bikes because I was like still a cool skateboarder, and they listened to my radio show.
Yeah.
So I had the coolest bike ever, dude. And they were like, I'm gonna go jump that double thing at Lake Elsinore, and they were like, look like cased it. So I try to jump it, and Ryan Villapoto calls me and goes, "Hey man, I heard you're at the track," and I'm like, "Yeah." Heard you're gonna jump that jump, and he's like, "Dude, don't do it. You've got kids." And I was like, "Man,
Dude,
I'm putting my boots on right now.
Right.
I'm doing it.
It's
I don't
too
need to
late.
hear that shit."
Man, what is the last thing I'm trying to do?
But look, I
You got
cased it and
kids.
it bounced over, but I still made it.
Yeah, nah.
And then I went around by myself, and then I jumped it.
Yeah, you landed that.
So Ryan Villapoto, you were wrong. I was right.
You
What's
hear
up?
me,
Yeah, get some of that shit.
Ryan?
Get some of that
There we
shit.
go.
But
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
worst thing about moto is there's way more time.
Yeah.
So like when the first time I jumped it, as soon as I took off, I was like, oh, no way. Like this is going to be so bad.
Yeah.
But I somehow like bounced and then
Got
kept
far
going.
enough. Yeah.
But dude, when you jump like 150 feet and you know it's bad, it feels like It's not a couple seconds. It feels like a lifetime.
Oh, hell no.
Skateboarding, it's usually
Wouldn't know.
Hell no.
You mentioned Eva Knievel, bro. I still remember sitting around TV watching them jump shit.
And watch him fuck himself up.
I remember like folk like that was like what time is it? We get to the house.
Like the shuttle launch. Yeah.
Matt Hoffman blew his knees out so bad that he got a special surgery that he knew a doctor in Canada that would do this surgery where, what was it? I think it was like a fake ligament, and he brought it from America because America wouldn't do the surgery, and he brought the synthetic ligament to the doctor it was like, hey, put this in, but I want to make sure that you do it right, so no anesthesia, and watched it.
What?
This guy used to
Y'all are tweaking.
Not you all. It's just him. It's just him.
What?
The rest of us do not have synthetic ligaments in our pocket.
Not y'all.
He used to have one in his pocket. So when he would break something, when he would get to the hospital, he'd be like, "Hey, while you're there, put that in."
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he's a different.
He did the one where he got
ligaments.
Carrying around.
Dude, he had 20 knee replacements. 20? He's had 20 like cadaver synthetic ligament changes in his life. Dude, this is
so he just rotating ACLs like that car parts.
At some point,
he was like a broken down Chevy that had more parts.
At some point, they got to start denying you ACLs.
Right, I mean, but he had 20 on him.
If you're gonna pay.
That's crazy.
Dude, type in.
Insurance ain't covering him. He paying for the. He paying out of pocket for that.
You're already about to play it. He got towed in by a dirt bike and did the biggest air on a quarter pipe anyone's ever done. It's before Mega Ramp. He was the one that invented all of this shit to us.
Okay.
He got towed in on a dirt bike and did an air that was like 20 feet high on a BMX, and it was the most insane thing. Yeah. That anyone had ever seen.
Pull him down the track and
I was on tour with him, and he comes back off that tour, and I go, dude, that video of you doing that air was crazy. He goes, yeah, man, thanks. And we'll sit on the couch smoking weed. And he goes, yeah, man, I actually I overshot on one of the landings and got knocked out. I was in and out of consciousness for 3 days. And he goes, I got permanent brain damage. And I was like, and it was silent for a second. And then he kind of giggled and I giggled and we laughed. And I remember looking into his eyes going, because there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to say. Like, this is the life that we've chose.
Yeah.
And he is like, what am I supposed to do? Cry about it? Like, I got to live the rest of my life. But it was like, dude, what? This is like the beginning of it. Dude, the ones that he starts doing, where if I had done the one that he made, I'd be like, that's a wrap. That'll do. He went, look at that. Like, it starts to get like, that's.
Yeah, I want to say I've seen this before. He was up there. Yeah. He was fucking up there.
And the other thing, like when it's just a quarter pipe, if it's a half pipe, your body gets the mental understanding of the rhythm from the first one.
Right.
If you just get towed by a dirt bike into the quarter pipe,
flying.
If you get rejected, like if you compress a little bit, it'll shoot you out and you'll miss the landing. And then you'll just fall like 80 feet, you're dead.
Oh, hell no.
But he was just he was the only guy in BMX that had no brakes.
No brakes.
Never.
No brakes.
Never, dude. When Mega Ramp.
Time out.
No brakes.
No brakes.
Dude, in Mega Ramp, there's the jump over the gap and then you go into the quarter pipe.
Right.
Like all BMX dudes, you hear him go over the back of the gap and then you hear
that's brakes.
Not Matt Hoffman.
Nah, hell no.
He jumped the gap and shot straight out.
That's why he rotating ACLs like that car parts.
20 ACLs is crazy as hell. Like,
while you in there, let me go ahead and
we're talking shoulder, like fake shoulders, fake. Like at one point he was in the X Games and he had somebody put a piece of wood the shape of a sole of a shoe because he had a broken foot.
Yeah,
and he made a fake shoe cast and stayed in the contest with a broken foot. He shot it up with what is it, cortisone.
Yeah.
We know how that.
Oh yeah, we definitely know how that. We think we put our shit through our bodies through brutal. You know what I'm saying? Games and car crashes all the time. This shit right here, boy, I would never.
It's weird
We
that you're
ain't
saying
JC.
that.
We ain't shit.
I ain't
No,
at
you're
all.
not.
I'm a
You're the-
bitch.
No, you are. You do the same thing. You guys do the same thing.
Hell,
He said, "Y'all we do this."
After like the
I'm
third,
a hoe.
hey, after the third,
I'd rather fall off that
Hey.
quarter pipe than run into your ass. Get the fuck out of here.
Me.
Yeah, you.
Shit,
10,
No.
me, Jason.
No.
Ain't no fucking
you better off
way.
hitting me than hitting that quarter pipe. Hey, after that third ACL, I'm done. I'm shutting it down. I'm done.
He got world records. He
You got
going
two.
up every time.
I'm gonna
like,
give you 2. After the third time, yeah, all right, nah, I'm cool.
He talking about and counting. I ain't no fucking way. I'm still doing this
He's
shit.
He's a different guy.
There's
There's only one Matt Hoffman.
all y'all some different
Yeah.
guys, bro.
Like, look at that, dude. That is so. Like, he goes, so that is just like, fuck off, dude.
All right.
Was that something y'all did? I mean, like
He was the first guy
y'all
to do
like,
that.
well, no, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about like, so I saw at the beginning, like y'all had like y'all's own team building this shit too. Like, was that?
Oh,
was
it's all him.
all him. Like
His money, his
Yeah,
boys.
that's his ramps. all
That's
that.
his buddy pulling him in. This is before we were cool.
yeah.
Like before X Games and Mountain Dew and Monster and all that shit. This
Mountain Dew.
is
man.
this guy's budget
Yeah.
to kill himself.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
y'all-
further the sport, dude.
Look at this, bro.
He
for
did
real.
that, and then
For
we
the
made
sport.
mega ramps, skateboarders jump big gaps. Like he
Yeah.
made us.
Right.
Like that's how I see it.
I want
And
to say
them ramps got to be smooth and perfect too. It can't be no loose
Yeah.
boards
Nah,
and
yeah.
no.
that shit
Everything's got to be smoothed
precise.
out. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, right. I remember playing. I want to say he had a video game or
Yeah,
something like
It
that.
didn't do well. Tony's ate his alive.
Man, I was
Tony,
shit.
Tony had the one.
I
That
played
was the
Tony's-
thing. Matt Hoffman
I played
was-
Tony's old Tony.
Tony's and Matt Hoffman's, boy, that shit got a lot of play in my house, man. We was on them games like
Tony
it was a
played the
life.
game. Matt Hoffman
Lived
did not. He lived it.
Right.
He was
Yeah.
outside with it.
Tony
He was
played that game. I was there before the game came out.
Yeah.
He played it all day, and then he would message the guy
The
at
devs.
the people that own the game. What is it? Activision.
Uh-huh.
He was like in constant contact with the guys from Activision saying, change this, update this, do that.
Okay.
Because when I first started playing, I was like, this is the sickest game ever. He's like, it's good, but it could be
It
better.
could be better.
Like he's a lot responsible for making that
Yeah,
game
this
as
was
popular as it was.
This was a fucking error. For
Oh, yeah.
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Dude,
Hell
it
yeah.
made
It's-
people know
it's a
who we
throwback.
were.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Like
how.
people would say, "What do you do?" And I'd be like, "I pro skateboard." And I'm like, "That's a job." And then when this shit came out, people were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I pro skateboarder." They'd be like, "Do you know Tony Hawk?"
Right.
I'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah, bro. So many
That shit
hours
was
on
lit.
this shit.
Yes,
bro.
that shit was lit. That was lit.
Tony Hawk changed the game for a lot of people.
Yeah,
and
man.
introduced a lot of people. Man, because
Heck, before the video game, it was the little 2-finger board.
the tech
Oh, yeah,
decks.
You know what I'm talking about? The little
Tech
finger
decks.
board. Going crazy at that at the lunch table. Are you what?
Bruh,
You
them bitches was
serious?
definitely getting confiscated.
Making them? Oh,
Crazy.
man.
Hey,
They were
hey,
just
Hey,
motherfuckers.
that's as close as I got. The skateboard was that. That right there.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
now
man.
them,
We
them
going nuts
motherfuckers
on them hoes.
it used to be trouble
What?
in school. They'd be
Trouble in
flying
school.
across the room, all types of shit.
Going
That's one of those things when I knew I was gonna be knowing my parents. That's one of those things like I ain't even gonna.
Hell no.
You
I'm
go
gonna
try.
stick to my. I don't even want to be a next
Fucking
bike. Give me my big boy Huffy, my mountain bike.
Fucking 7th
Cool.
grade at 6'6" on a fucking skateboard.
I
The
know,
fuck you
right?
look like? Hell no.
Yes,
Get
I
your
know.
ass in the
Y'all
fucking
can-
gym.
They can have it.
Okay, King?
They can have it.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
man.
the game was live though.
Oh, snap.
What?
It's got some vintage Jason Ellis tech up and down on now.
Quit playing. You used to make your own like
I
design
don't
and
know
stuff?
if you can tell, but that graphics a crocodile eating a rollerblade.
Yeah, that's fire. I like that.
Hey.
I like that. Fuck them rollerblades,
I
man.
love a good callback.
Yeah, get that shit out of here,
Get that
sweet.
shit the fuck up out
That's
of here.
dope as hell.
man.
That's
you,
fire.
you used to,
Okay.
used to
That's
like
There's
fire.
a message in that.
I see. Yeah, there's
lot of it.
I see.
you used to like make your graphics and stuff like that for your
Yeah.
decks.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of time doing that.
Man, I don't have that one. That's cool.
That shit live as hell. Hey man, whoever got this board, look, y'all.
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
got
yeah.
that,
Send
man.
it this way.
You know what I'm
this
saying?
way.
Yeah, no, that
That's
was
lit,
that was
man.
definitely one of the coolest parts of the shit for me. It's like customization and all the different cool little decks that they had.
Yeah, we were all about video parts and what we're gonna do around skateboard graphic. We were all very creative, man.
Yeah,
like it's like the worst thing is like a lot of us, got into drugs and because it's like one or the other, But
Yeah.
like if you stayed on your game, like a lot of skateboarders turned into like Rob Dyrdek and Jason Lee. And people, skateboarding is a very creative thing. It's just like, it's hard for, I mean, you know, athletes when they are not the man anymore.
Yeah. It's definitely a transition.
Sometimes they, you know, if you don't have the right people around you to steer you in a positive direction,
you'll be in the bullshit.
And you have the wrong people steering you in the negative direction.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're nothing, and you're pissed about it, which happened to a lot of us, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's because it's like y'all were, you know, definitely some pioneers in the game, but you know, really kind of created what being a professional skater is. And it's, you know, shit. When you have something new, it's definitely not a whole lot of like structure around the outside, like outside of the events and all the
people we had to look up to, the people before us did it the complete wrong way.
Right.
Like everybody that was before us was a drug dealer. Like there was no first person to ever like be older and be successful after not being a professional skateboarder was Tony.
Yeah.
Like he changed it for all of us.
Right.
Yeah.
But most of like Christian went to jail selling meth. Like he was in jail for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Gator killed a lady. Like all
Damn.
these people that turned pro and then lost the I'm the man shit. Like a lot of them lost their minds.
Yeah.
So it was like, and a lot of us look up to the crazy, you know, like it's like we love this skateboarder because he didn't care what happened to him. Well, guess what? You know, when he wasn't getting paid to skateboard anymore, he didn't care what happened to him.
Yeah, I remember.
Still.
Definitely. It was definitely. I mean, that was definitely the you know, the persona around.
It's hard to turn it off.
Skaters for real.
I mean, I feel like every like, hey, you know, we were talking about music earlier, but like being able to look up to an OG like yourself now, you got Tony, like you're right, like y'all kind of set the blueprint. Hey, look, this is what you can do after the fact.
Yeah, there's
like,
people that we're nicer to each other now.
Yeah,
there was a big punk rock thing in skateboarding back in the day, where the elders were mean, and I think they were like trying to be like
gatekeepers, almost.
Yeah, well, just like trying to teach it to you that like a tough love, you know,
tough love, yeah.
But these days, there's a lot of women now that skate, and they're really good. But that's because we're all kind of encouraging to each other, and now there's younger kids. Like there used to be a time where all the pros, like you didn't bring your parents to a skateboard contest. We'd be like, what is this bitch
what the fuck
doing?
is she doing?
You don't bring your mom to the ramp, dude. That is a party foul.
It's a fucking black market shit, bro. Get tighten this shit
but
up.
Now it's like there's all kinds of mums and shit at the contest, and everyone's like, "Yeah, good luck," and I'm like, "It took me a minute, you know. Good luck. Shut up, you pussy."
Shut up, pussy.
Because we were all like, fuck you, man. Like, you know, and it was like tough love. But,
damn, that's crazy.
But these days it's so much better. People have like they have a plan for after.
Yeah.
You know, like I got a company, or I'm gonna do art, or I'm gonna start my own skateboard company, or shoes or clothing, like and people are encouraging each other to do more stuff after skateboarding.
Right.
When back in the day, it was like if you mentioned that you were gonna do something that could be financially like a good move,
responsible.
Yeah, people would be like, "What kind of a bitch are you? Like, where's the drugs?"
It was just a different game. That's crazy, bro. Y'all y'all just cared about skating for real.
Oh, dude, that snake, I think, got me so many times.
Got you. What kind of?
That was yours?
Nah, I had a radio show, and this one time, this South African guy came on my show, and he was like a snake guy. And he at one point, I guess he like stayed in a small room at a mall for 3 days with like poisonous snakes, like that kind of crazy guy.
Nope.
So he comes on as a guest, and he brings a snake. He got it in a pillowcase, and he puts it over the table, and I freaked out. I was like, "Oh," and everyone's like, "Oh shit, Jason's scared of the snake." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm scared of the snake. Like, who wouldn't be?"
Right, it's a fucking snake.
But then people called in and they thought it was the funniest thing ever. So I called him the next day and I go, "Hey man, like that snake really freaked me out. And for the sake of the radio, I think it'd be cool. Do you have like a really big snake that will bite me but isn't poisonous?" And he was like, "I got a 9-foot anaconda that is pissed 24/7. You put your hand near it, it'll bite you." And I was like, "Bring it in." So this anaconda bit me on the radio, like on the arm, and then it took 3 dudes to get it off me.
Yeah.
He was finna eat your ass.
So then it became this big thing, and then ESPN, the magazine, did an interview with me.
Throw you in a pool with an anaconda.
That's my pool, man. They were like, "Can you hold him and scream while you're holding him?" Dude, this photo shoot, at one point, I'm down there, and the anaconda wraps around my eyes and my ears and starts squeezing my skull.
Nope.
And because the pool's not that deep, I stand up holding the fucking thing's head, and my mouth is still out, thank God. And I stand out and I go, "I can't see and I can't hear. I can't see and I can't hear." And a bunch of dudes jumped in and unwrapped him off my face.
That's fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah.
That's a badass picture, though. That's like top 10 badass picture of all time.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right.
But that's what anacondas. That's the point. That's what they do.
That's crazy, bro. You really believe in, like, all right, I'm scared of this shit. Bring it here. Come on, I got conquer fear right now.
Yeah,
that's just shit.
Yeah, I'm not a fearless guy at all. I'm just, you will not win.
There we go.
Like, if you start something,
if you're not first, you're last.
Right.
I'm scared. Like, I'm scared in every fight, but I commit.
Yeah.
Because after it, I beat it. Even if you lose, I went in. Like, if I fight and I stay calm and do what I train to do, I don't care if I win. Yeah. Just don't go into shock. Don't be a bitch. Yeah. Just commit to it,
Commit to it, go.
And then it's like something that the feeling you get from facing your fear is it's an addictive thing where I'm like, who's next? Yeah. Like, what else can I do? But man, make no mistake, so many times in my life, I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, what kind of an idiot are you? Like, tripping. Why do you always get in this shit where you're looking in the mirror going, why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this?
Someone's going to kill you. And I'm like, I don't know.
Kill yourself first. Like, shit. Man out here doing all types of shit, bro.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Yeah, he's just built different.
It built different for real. Because this shit that I like dream of doing, but there is no chance in hell that I was going to
I've never dreamed about fighting a snake. That's never been one of my dreams.
No, but like X Games, extreme sports type shit. For like that shit look crazy as fuck. You want to?
Yeah.
I would want to, but
it's cool when it works out though, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm for sure.
For sure.
Shit, because I couldn't imagine being at the X Games competing for real.
It's fun, man.
Yeah.
It's a rush.
How many X Games did you
I don't know. I hit my head a lot, man.
Nah, she don't even got no recollection.
How many? I don't know.
I couldn't even
the numbers.
Couldn't even fucking tell.
More than 5, maybe less than 10, maybe more than 10. I don't know.
That's wild.
I never won. I was always like I never liked to plan too much. Like I like
a freestyle run?
Yeah, that was my first wife. That was a stupid ass photo, but she had a nice ass, so I didn't care. My sponsor was like, "Really, dude?" I'm like, "Dude,
what is that? Like a bar? What is it?"
She held a metal piece of coping in her hand.
Okay,
it was funny because she was like, "Am I safe?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was not. No, she trusted me. I didn't hit her. She's all right.
How many times did this take?
Like 5 or 6.
Oh, yeah. Man.
I just had to make sure that if I missed, that the board didn't land on her. Because, she had like a little bikini on. I was like, that board will probably cut her up. But
oh, yeah.
I was like, just hold it stiff. You know what I mean? Like, if it hits, don't lean back. Because because I was using it to push back off.
Yeah,
into the rim.
I can see it. Yeah,
I was like, just make sure you push back when I hit it.
You could have got.
She
fucked
listened.
Up right
I knew she would believe me and do what I told her, so it was okay.
There we go.
But some skateboarders were like, "That is the corniest shit ever," and I was like, "You just wish you were fucking her."
You hating?
That was definitely hate. It was jealousy. That was jealousy.
That was jealousy.
Was it a lot? Was it a lot of like hate between y'all? Like behind, I guess like all the sponsorship and shit. Like, was that
inside the community?
This is selling out. Like I was on, because this Reef, fuck Reef. Like it's some sandals.
Reefs, remember Reefs?
I do.
You remember the combo?
But that's why I did that, because Reef had Reef girls. I don't know if you remember Reef.
Okay, yeah.
Like they were bikini girls where they would show their butt, and I was like, that. My creative entertainment brain was like, I got a concept like. Okay. Nice ass and skateboarding, and like real skateboarders were like,
ass and boards, man.
Yeah, that's all I was doing. So Reef liked it. But Reef were corny. That's why they liked it.
Yeah, Reef was pretty ass.
Yeah.
Shit, bro, I was rocking the Reefs. I told y'all about that.
But they paid
had
me
a
a lot of
fucking
money. So
canteen in the bottom. The bottle opener at the bottom. What?
Nah, they was ass. They was really ass. What was your like favorite I guess like company to work with?
DC. Easy.
DC?
Yeah.
Yeah, DC was definitely the one.
Ken Block and all those guys just had they had it all figured out, man. Like they made it fun, you know? Like I went to China, Danny jumped the Great Wall of China, and they flew me out just to be like to skate with Danny until he jumped the wall. And I'm like, okay.
Just to be out here.
Yeah, like I'm not jumping it. I'm just like, but I did some stuff
that's dope.
On the quarter pipe. They took the deck off and someone bet me $100 so I could do a pivot to fakie and a hand plant on the coping, and they'd taken the deck away. So if you went off the other side, you fell like.
Oh yeah, you was gonna die.
But I have a photo. I still have it where I'm doing a pivot to fakie, and the Great Wall of China's in the background, dude. I'm like,
ooh,
that's a cool thing that
yeah,
happened.
that's legit right there.
Yeah. That's lit. That's lit.
Damn, the sponsor life as a skateboarder.
It's fun, man.
Yeah, DC was
They did it well. They did it
DC was
right.
on top.
Everybody like even if you wasn't into skating, like
The
you
swag was
definitely
running some DC.
like some of their gear for real. That gear was definitely top notch.
Mm-hmm.
The big ass shoes.
Yeah, like the DC parties. There was no skateboard. Okay, the best tour was the Tony Hawk tour by far.
Yeah.
He had this tour called the Gigantic Skate Park Tour. It was like on ESPN.
Mhm.
And then they had the bus where they had the buttons on the bus where you press the button and the door slides open. And the back of the bus was for the cool guys, and the front of the bus was for the nerds.
Yeah.
And I was in charge at the back of the bus.
Oh,
So
okay.
all the
Yeah.
weed was in the back of the bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like every now and then, like some of the nerdier guys would be like, they come in the back, and I'd be like,
Nah.
Get your ass back up there.
back in the
Man, get your ass,
Get your ass
back to the front. You can't fucking come back here,
You
John.
bring your ass back here. You know what's going on.
I was in charge of checking fools for that.
That's dope.
And Tony, because people were like, wait, Jason's in charge of the back of the bus? Like, that ain't right. And I'd be like, ask Tony.
right.
And that was
Talk to
people
the boss.
always thought it was funny that Tony and I were friends because I was such a drug head, maniac, and potty mouth. And Tony was like he's
Poster child.
he's like, I mean, he's heard it, dude. Trust me, but he doesn't smoke weed. Like he would drink, but he didn't do drugs. And I was in the back of the bus, and Tony would be like, Ellis is calling the shots, and I would see people go, how does that dynamic work where you and Ellis hang out?
Yeah.
But even my best friends were like, Tony seriously likes you? And I'm like, fuck you, dude. What's so bad about liking me? It's
Right.
like, no, I'm just saying, man, you guys don't seem like that would work out. But,
Yeah. So how did that relationship come about?
well, we always knew each other. You
Yeah.
know, we always had, obviously I had respect for him because, he's Tony Hawk.
Right,
But I
top
think
dog.
there was a time there where I knew that what he was doing was helping all of us.
Mhm.
So I'm a loyal guy, like
Yeah.
if you're my friend, like I'm one of those people where, I don't want to fight, but like if somebody's trying to do something and it's like 20 versus 1, I got your back. Like I'll get blasted for it. I don't care.
Right.
And Tony went through a little bit of difficulty. There was a time there he got divorced, and one skateboarder was trying to hit on his ex-wife, and I was like, hey man, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Like,
Don't get fucked up.
I don't know. I explained it to him in a nice way, but
Yeah, here we go.
but
Right.
then there was a time where I was hanging out with Tony one night. We were drinking. He ain't gonna like this, but we were drinking, and he goes, we were telling stupid shit towards each other. And he goes, hey, do you know what a cat in the bathtub is? And I was like, no, what's that? And he's like, so you try to put your penis and your balls in a girl's pussy. And I was like, dude, you and I could be friends.
Sweet the cat in the bathtub.
A cat in the
I mean,
bathtub.
he is joking, but just that he knew that,
Hey.
I was like, man,
Look,
Tony's a lot
the
cooler than
name,
you think,
the
man.
cat in the
Cat in the bathtub.
Boy,
the
come on,
name.
right?
That's a name for
I
your
laughed and
ass.
laughed,
I'm
man.
sure there's people that's out there like, I gotta try this shit. Let
Dude,
me see
they
what-
just showed that Ferrari. We were in Germany in the Autobahn, and he rented a Ferrari, him and Matt Hoffman.
Uh-huh.
And I'm standing at the front after they go into the hotel, and I'm just looking at the Ferrari because I'm a car guy.
Yeah.
And he comes out
shit.
and he goes, "You like that car, huh?" And I'm like, "Dude, you have no idea." Because skateboarders don't really love cars. Like,
Yeah.
I grew up like racing and stuff. And he's like, the insurance has just got my name on it. But I'll tell you what, tomorrow I'll take you out. You could drive it on. And I drove it on the Autobahn.
Ooh.
Oh,
fast you
bro.
go.
Yeah.
Flat out. Dude.
Damn.
Flat out.
On the Autobahn?
Like,
now?
So like
Flat
that's
out.
like minimum. That's minimum like what 100 on like the Autobahn.
Oh,
Shit.
100.
I'm talking about like minimum speed limit. Like you can't go.
Oh no! You can
fucking
do
slower.
you can do normal speed.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah, the crazy thing is
Get
like
your
if
ass
you're in
out
the
the way.
fast lane, they don't do it like fucking America. If you're in the fast lane in a good car, people move way before you get there.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
have to tell anybody to move.
Okay, they know. They know. Oh,
Because
they're
there's
coming,
people on
y'all.
the Autobahn, dude.
Move.
People got helmets on driving to work
Yeah.
because
Oh,
it's the
yeah, they
Autobahn, and they're like, "I'm going to work." Flat out, flat out to work. People in BMW just like
pedal the floor. Yeah.
Shit, that sounds crazy.
I mean, that's the whole point, though. Like,
Right.
That's why you.
Yeah, this it ain't
If
like
I'm gonna get out
America.
there and I'm in something, I'm gonna.
I'm about
That
we got
bitch
to go.
is definitely
We're gonna see.
pedal
We're
to
gonna
the
see what we
flow.
can do.
Yeah, that was
Was that
When
was that somebody wrestling an alligator?
that's me.
Of course.
Yes, of course it was. Of course it was.
My
Come on,
dumb
man.
ass. Of course.
Yeah.
Who else would it have been?
I dipped my skateboard in blood and gave it to the
Of course he did.
crocodile to buy. And then he bit it and snapped the
Of course
tail,
he
and then
did.
I skated that board.
Oh, bro.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
that-
Dude, I got
That
to
makes
race
sense.
NASCAR. Like, I'll be smoking weed in the back of the bus, and I'd get out, and I'm like, "What are we doing today, boys?" And it'd be like, "We're jumping out of a plane." I'd be like, "Cool." Or, "We're racing NASCAR." And I'm like, "What do you mean racing NASCAR?" It's like, "You're driving NASCARs." And I'm like, "Awesome."
Bruh,
Like,
see,
it was the coolest
yeah, that's
thing, and it was on TV. Like, we were on TV. It was so stupid.
that's like the biggest scale jackass where they doing kind of safe shit. Like y'all out here living the
Doing real
fucking
shit.
life.
This is Rockstar.
Yeah,
That's from Rockstar. shit.
Rockstar life, bro. Like,
Yeah, what, dude? When I would see Rockstar tour and see their bus, I'd be like, "Dude, my bus. That I've been on that bus. Like, I was
Wow.
instead of the band,
Right.
it was us."
right. He
On
said
the
last
bus.
season that was our bus. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Y'all rocking our shit.
right.
The
Exactly.
only difference was we skated hard, dude. Like, we would do demos for 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
And then we would drive, and I wake up, and I wasn't playing, man. I gave it everything I had.
yeah.
I could barely walk, but that's the other thing. Tony had my back because he knew when I skated, maybe I wasn't the best dude there, but I gave everything I had.
Right.
And then next day, if I couldn't walk, I put my legs in the ice and I would tape them up, and I would go just as hard every day.
Yeah.
I don't care. I would give everything and fans. Like, I would go to like the children's hospitals and stuff, and I'd be like, I'm like, whatever anybody wants, whatever anybody cares for us, I'm gonna give it 110%.
Right.
And I think
That's real.
he respected that because he was like, yeah, look, Jason's a maniac, but he's also like a good dude that wants to spread the gospel of skateboarding.
Right.
Because that's really, I was trying to give back. I wanted one person to get what I got out of it.
Yeah.
So, like, if you skate hard and some kid's like, I want to be a skateboarder, I'm like, yeah, man, like, dig
that
in
shit.
because you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
That's
real.
that's
That's
beautiful
real.
right there. Because y'all did, definitely live a different life for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of crazy shit that I wouldn't even think about partaking.
It's
in.
funny looking back on it. It's like a different person.
Oh yeah, definitely different time.
Like, man, that seems so painful.
She said so painful.
Like, day off, I'm sore. I'm like, I'm going to take a day off.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because they look at us like
yeah.
the
They
same
look
way
at
we look at them.
boy.
Yeah.
It's
I-
like, but we're like, no, like,
Man,
no,
look,
we not.
I
we not doing that.
could go home and rehab after like a week of camps, practices, and just kind of
Get
get
back
my
right.
legs some
You're
breathing
gonna be
room.
sore a little
I'm
bit.
gonna be sore, but like, how the fuck I'm a rehab after I done got 20
Everything
feet
broken.
of air and smacked the ground
Yeah,
like a
she's
fucking
I can
GTA
I
body?
can answer that, dude. I had a friend, he was a 4-time Muay Thai world champion, and he was like, I want to learn to skate. I was like, I'll teach you to skate. And he was teaching me Muay Thai.
Yeah,
And he was probably like 160-pound guy, maybe 170. and he was skating the DC ramp, and he was only going about this far up on the vert ramp, and he whipped out and hit his hip on the ground. And that same day, I did like an 8-foot indie air, and I whipped out and hit my hip. And he could barely walk the next day, and I didn't even feel it. But then he kicked me in the leg.
Fucked your whole leg
and
up.
my shit was worked for like weeks, and I kick him in the leg all day, and he doesn't feel it.
Yeah.
It's conditioning, dude. It's you. Like, we're not talking like you're saying, man. If I fell 20 foot on a skateboard, one time your whole life. Imagine if you've been falling for 20 years like that. Your body is used to it.
All right, hey,
I see what you're saying.
I could smack into humans. I'm not smacking the ground.
See,
Really?
I guarantee you, dude. If we go play football right now and somebody smacks into me, like I'm a dumb animal, like I'll get up, but I guarantee you tomorrow I'm gonna be like, oh my God.
No, yeah, it do be feeling like that.
It's
different. I didn't have more, so be like, God damn, my neck. Nigga.
I do other like boxing injuries versus, because I used to race cars, car crash injuries. Like there was times there where I'd roll the car, and the next day I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, dude, I can't move. You know what I mean? Like my face is all puffy, and I'm like, man, I got a real concussion.
That's football.
Yeah,
that's true.
Football. That's
that
pretty
is
much
football.
Yeah.
For y'all.
Yeah, for us.
For y'all.
But that was not as easy to recover
For
from.
us.
That makes sense. Though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, smacking somebody in the face,
Your body's a guy.
hurling yourself into another human every play, do that. It'll do that to you.
It's the same with boxing, dude. Like getting punched in the face, because I've been punched in the face for 20 years. Like I teach people to fight now, and the hardest thing for people to learn is to get hit and not blink and look away. Because I'm like, just know that like my first punch is to get you to not see the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you get hit, your eyes better be wide open to move out of the way of the second one.
because you finna die.
And that takes conditioning. Like my face is full of calluses. Like when I get hit, my neck is strong because I've been getting hit for 20 years. So when you hit me, I don't look away. Because I know, like, if you look away, the second one is lights out.
Oh, yeah.
But people that don't fight, that don't train, I touch them, backhand them, and they're like, because they're not, their face ain't used to it.
They'll be out there. He'll be backhand me. I'll be like, oh, shit.
Oh, God. Yeah,
I got to get trained up, though.
They're fighting shit, boy. Hell
So,
no.
I mean, heck, are we going to go there? I want to know about like that. So, like, now, let's go to the transition of you training. Now, were you doing it while you were skating, or just like, all right, I'm done skating? And so like now you were kind of talking about it earlier when you said, all right, I'm about to get into it.
Yeah, it was an accident.
It was a complete accident, but then you just fell in love with it though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it bit me hard. That's what I call it. It bit me. Like, same with comedy. Comedy bit me, and then I was like, there's no way out. But the best thing about comedy is like when you fuck up, you don't go to hospital, so that's cool. But in the fight game, you know, like I was saying with skateboarding, like you come from a certain background where pain is not as a bigger deal to me as it is to other people. So when I first got into the fight game, I think the first thing I noticed was like some of these guys were piecing me up, and all I thought was, I'm gonna get you back. And I noticed that a lot of people that had just started, when you get pieced up, they're like, "No, absolutely not. You cannot do that. That's ridiculous." I would just keep coming at you. And then some of these pros were like, hey man, like you might not be the most athletically like advanced guy, but like you're all hard, dude. Like you keep coming, and that's a good trait for fighting.
Yeah.
It's also a good trait for brain damage too, but
for sure.
But there's something about I'm not a fighter. Like I'm not a mean person. I don't want to hurt anybody, but the sport and the being relaxed in the mayhem is like meditation. Like when I'm throwing and you're throwing punches, and because a lot of people, when they see a punch coming, they'll use everything in their body to get out of the way. If you move just a little bit, so the hand like breezes by your eye, so you're closer to throw the counter, and you're not breathing heavy because you're calm. Oh, yeah, like that takes a lot of time and effort, but once you get it, like now, because I'm older, dude. I'm 53. I beat up people that are like 28. I beat up people that are like 6'5", and like they are like athletical specimens. They cannot touch me.
Athletic.
Because I can see
JC,
where your
shut
arms
up.
go. I know when you're gonna. Your face tells me when you're gonna. I'll smack a guy and I see him get angry and I'm like, okay, here you go, come on. And then he'll throw. I'm like, I'm already out of the way before you. I already know what I'm gonna hit you with before you threw your punch.
Yeah.
Because there's tells, there's reads, there's a rhythm, the sweet science of boxing, dude.
Yep.
Like when you get it down, you just pit like I'll let you punch me. Because I know that you go, oh, I got him now. And then the second one, I'll grab that hand, put it down near your fucking crutch and smack the shit out of you, dude. And it's I get in the car afterwards and that's my satisfaction in my life. You know what I mean? Like I beat up a bunch of 20-year-olds and I drive home.
Sweet science.
Yeah, right. It's the best.
He's a weapon, Sweet. You know that big dude that we saw, his shirt that said the weapon? Nah, this is the real weapon. The weapon? Okay?
This guy was a UFC fighter, and I thought I was going to lose this fight. He talks so much shit.
You're in the shorts?
Nah.
Oh,
I'm in the dress-looking thing with
no
shirt on.
Yeah, the shorts.
I was very nervous because he had been in 30 fights, and this was my second fight.
Yeah.
But I put a lot of time into boxing. I caught this dude with one shot, knocked him out with one shot.
One hit a quitter.
And I tell you, man, when I was fighting him, the first couple of times I hit him, he looked like he was in trouble. And I was like, he's faking it because he's trying to pull me in.
Right.
Because I was like, there's no way I'm actually better than this guy. It can't, because he, like I said, he was like a WEC guy. He fought for a belt.
Right.
Like he was proper good.
He was legit.
But the thing that Jake Paul has proven here is like when you're an MMA fighter in a boxing fight,
it's a different world.
It's a different sport. It's like Street and Vert. It's not the same.
Right.
And he had the ego. That was his downfall. Is he was like, I've trained with Jason. I've beat Jason up before, but he didn't know that I've been training boxing for 4 months straight. And I'm a professional athlete. Like when I was going to the boxing gym every day, I was sparring animals.
Yeah.
So when this fight, I put in the cardio, like he got tired. I was not tired. And here's a shot.
Yum.
Boom.
Oh shit! Hold on, big fella. His feet left the ground. Golly,
Watch his feet.
Them bitches got stiff. It's over.
That punch is called the Leroy Brown. That was my specialty.
Yeah. Sit his ass down. Leroy got that shit for you. Leroy.
Yep. Boom.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
and then I think I'm tough immediately after.
Of course.
We're all so stupid.
You just turned the
I
man's
was
body
terrified
off.
the whole time. I knocked him out. I was like, "Yeah, I told you."
Right. Exactly.
I did not tell anybody.
He said not tell anybody. I was scared the entire time in that motherfucker.
For sure.
I mean, look, you turned his whole body off.
Yeah.
That's a win. That's a win for a fighter.
Yeah,
System shut down.
It's over with. Good Lord.
He was not home for a minute.
But who is
So
like Bigfoot was in the fucking ring?
Prepping for the fight.
Yeah, that was Forrest Griffin. He's a UFC fighter. He was the UFC light heavyweight champion, and the whole time he was at my event as Sasquatch.
As Sasquatch?
Oh, hell nah.
Like people
In
didn't
the
know.
Sasquatch shoes is crazy.
They're like, man, that Sasquatch guy is mean. I'm like,
Undercover.
He
There's
wasn't
a
allowed
reason
to.
why he's mean.
Right.
Undercover.
If Dana White knew that he was dressed as Sasquatch punching a bunch of innocents, he might have got in trouble.
A bunch of innocents. He was Ellis Mania main event, bro. Quit playing.
Man, dog.
Knock his shit out. So prepping for like the fights, is that some of the hardest training that you've had to do?
Yeah, by far. That's the fight.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing people don't realize. It's like
The prep work.
the conditioning,
Yeah.
the diet. Like you got to be so. Like you cheat. People cheat. That's the thing. That's why people lose. They'll shortcut it.
Yeah.
Like I can't take it no more. I'm gonna eat something, or I'm gonna stay up later. I'm gonna have a burger, or I'm not going to training today because my arm hurts. Like the real guys, the champs. It's like my ribs.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure my ribs fractured. I don't even tell coach. I go to the gym and I train.
Right.
And I just deal with it
I
because
mean,
on fight night, like if you put in the work, that's what I learned from the good guys, man.
Damn.
If you
That was
put
a
in the
jab.
work, it was a right hand.
It was a right hand.
Yeah.
got his ass.
That man trying to find his feet right there. He found. There we go.
Oh yeah,
Noodle legs.
He's done.
right. Yeah, he's out of there. He's asleep.
But yeah, you put in the
real
runs,
work.
dude. Those are the like get up early and run,
Mhm.
angry, and like get the fear that you use anger to conquer the fear.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're up in the morning running, you see people getting on a bus, you see people smoking cigarettes out, and you're like, you're not like me, man. Like you don't know what I'm capable of.
Mhm.
And it builds like confidence where you're like,
Yeah.
and then I
Floyd.
show up on the day where this guy was like,
He's a
we
Floyd.
do the press conference. He's like, I'm going to kick your ass. And I've been training for like 6 years just to kick your ass. And you're like, he seems pretty confident. You know what I mean?
He seems
I'm
pretty
not
confident.
going to lie. That is kind of scary that how much he believes he's going to beat my ass. And then, like I'd get up in the morning, I'd run to the beach, and then I do suicides by myself in the sand. And every time I do a suicide
in the sand
I'm
is
like,
nuts.
how much further can I run sprint? And I imagine I won't stop sprinting because the guy that I'm going to fight is sprinting for as long as me.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like when I feel like my lungs are burning,
He doing another one. Fuck it, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I
So
gotta
like,
go.
so I'm going to keep going longer. I'm going to keep pushing it.
Mm.
And then, if you push things like, dude, you push it to the point where a couple months you look back and you're like, I'm not the same guy.
Absolutely.
Like I made myself something else.
I'm an animal.
Yeah. And
Right.
then the more the biggest one for me is my first wife. This thing happened at the press conference where this guy was like, I'm going to kick the shit out of you, blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards we went back to the hotel room and my wife started crying and she was like, I don't want you to get hurt.
Oh.
And I was like, listen, baby, I was top 3 in the world at skateboarding. Like maybe I get hurt, maybe I lose, but I'll tell you right now, I don't fucking die. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And I was doing this pep talk to
Hell
make
yeah.
her cool, and the pep talk
It was
worked
for
on
you.
me.
Yeah, how fucking weak.
And like after I convinced her that I was gonna win, I was like, yeah, man, I think I am.
I think I can do this.
I did such a good job. I was like, I think I might actually be a fucking gnarly dude. Yeah.
There we go.
I'm weak. Damn.
man.
Yeah, man.
That mentality though that you speak of, it's just, I feel like it's so repetitive, but it's so strong, bro. Like I hear that. I'm not sure if you're familiar. Are you familiar with David Goggins? You familiar
Fuck
with,
yeah.
Like
Everybody know Gog.
I read
Okay.
his book, Can't Hurt Me. I feel like it's like that same mentality. Like, yo,
the same
like,
rules apply to everything.
Yeah.
everything.
Business,
Yeah.
family.
Mm.
Like if you're a husband, you're like you don't give up.
Don't give up
You
on that
put
shit.
in the work. Like, is there tough times where you feel like it's not going to work out?
Keep
That
going.
happens to everybody for everything.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you go tomorrow, I will be there with everything I got. I will be there. Then you will win. You will prevail. That is
Right.
like, especially when you've done like one time. Like I told you, dude, I was not a skilled athlete,
Mm.
and then I became top 3 in the world at something where it was clear as day that 2 fat brothers were better than me.
Yeah.
But I put in the work and the passion. I loved it so much that I put in this work that I turned into one of the better dudes in the world. So then when I got into radio, I was like, same rules apply. Like in 10 years from now, make no mistake, Howard Stern, your days are fucking numbered, dude. Like, that's how I saw it.
Well,
And then my
yes,
radio
Howard.
show was like, it was the number 2 radio show on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
When I got into fighting, I was like, dude, you're kind of like, my first pro fight, I think I was 38. And I was
Shit.
like, you're too old. And I was like, yeah, normal person is too old,
Right.
but I'm not because
Right.
my brain is like, I'll give a fuck how old your buddy is. Like, you are gonna win.
Yeah.
And in the fight, like I remember he called me, like I was stuck in something, and I was like, if you break my arm, I'm gonna hide it from the ref, and then I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with my broken arm. It didn't break, but that was my mentality where I was like, you're fucking with the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Like I don't quit
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. So
Yeah, bro, it's nice,
how
bro.
did you take like your first big loss, like, getting knocked out in a fight? Of course,
I'm
by
undefeated, son.
you said undefeated.
No, I've lost in the gym plenty of times.
Right.
But that's good. It's good for you.
Yeah.
It's humbling. Like fighting guys that are way better than me.
Motherfucker fighting with one arm.
Oh, that
right here.
dude, that's Shane Cowan. He's 300 pounds.
I understand that.
He was the
Yeah, he's
UFC
a di-
heavyweight champion of the
He's
world.
a different animal.
Yeah, I knew that was the other thing. Like, I didn't try to beat him because I didn't come there to beat
God,
Shane
he-
Cowan. He had one arm. It was cheating.
Yeah.
I came. My fans bought tickets. I was like, I'm going to put on a show, and I'm going to fight a 300-pound man that is allegedly on steroids. And I mean, dude, his skin was as red as the mat. Like he was on steroids.
He looked like it,
but I was like, I'll move around, and then I'm going to let him, crack me, and we'll call it a day. But I knew he was going to knock me out. That was one of those days where I looked in the mirror before I went out, and I was like, I hope you're happy, Jason.
I mean, yeah, that's literally like the big ass hog from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what he looked like.
Dude, that was the second time. He called me one before that, and I was like, I don't think that was good enough. I think you need to do it again.
Oh, snap. So you ate once, all right.
I was like, the crowd paid good money.
Oh, yeah. He said, hey, no, we got to make it look good. Make it look good.
You got to make it look good.
I'm taking a fall.
Dude, at one point, I had his arm, and the other arm was taped. And I had a free hand, and I went like joking on the side of his face. I could have rat-a-tat-tatted on that shit, but I was like, ah ha ha. And then he lifted me, dude. I'm 220 in this.
Yeah.
I was holding onto this arm. He went like this and lifted me off the ground, upside down, put me over the rope, and then brought me back and put me on the ground. Dude's power. Like there was a couple of times there where I bumped into him, and it was like bumping into a parked car.
No, they should.
Like it just pushed me back. Where that dude is he's probably the strongest person I've ever met.
Amazing. He picked him up like this
over the ring though.
Yeah,
one arm.
Just a reminder. That's all.
They need to tape both of his arms out.
No, dude, we had to retape him over and over again because every time he would punch, he would rip out. And we were like, he had a roll of duct tape around that thing. And he would just snap out over and over again.
I ain't getting in the ring.
He's crazy. That guy is
100 of those versus the gorilla. What do you think?
God, dude, don't.
I
hate that shit, dude.
Me too.
Hey, stop it.
He dead.
It's insane.
I don't care what he could bench.
It's so stupid.
He dead.
Stop.
It's so dumb.
Who cares?
Jason.
Stop.
Jason, let your ass know.
Get out of here.
Stop copying each other with this crap.
It's a distraction, y'all. We said it last week.
1,000 chickens, one guy. Like, shut up.
He said 5 some chickens, one guy. That might be a little bit more entertaining.
I'd rather
for sure.
hear it than fucking goddamn gorilla story.
Probably.
You got new, JC.
Hell yeah. All right, man. So let's get into this the media world.
Yes.
And you got in. So you were saying earlier that you started doing it like while you were skating, right?
What?
Like doing some of the
radio,
radio and media and stuff like that.
Yeah. No. I was an announcer for the X Games.
Oh shit!
And that was I got fired because I had a attitude.
You got fired.
I still back it though because they hire me right to be the guy that interviews the Vert skaters because I was still good, but I was doing too many drugs to win. And they were like, "We're going to give you a job as the announcer," and I was like, "Okay, cool, I'll do that." And then the first year, I got a headset, and this guy in the truck goes, "Hey, this guy's got like a 7.6. Ask him this question." And I go, "Who the fuck is this guy in my ear? Telling me what to ask? Like, were you ever top 3 in the world? Because if you're not, shut the fuck up."
Let me do my thing.
You know why they gave me this job? Because I'm one of them. Like, that's the whole point. I can go over to you and ask you, and you will talk to me because you know me.
Right.
When you have some dingbat that's like, "Hey, kook," like,
dingbat.
like so, they get like some cute bitch. And it's like, yeah, I get it, you're cute, but you don't fucking skate. No offense. I don't care if you're a girl or a guy, but if you don't skate, this is our world, dude, and we're bringing it to the masses. The person that interviews is a fucking skateboarder, or shut the fuck up. Like, know that. And then this guy is in my ear saying, "Ask this question." I'm like, first of all, stupid question. Second, who the fuck are you? And then Salema, my friend Salema Masakela, who was like the host of X Games, he looks at me, he taps me, and he goes, he can hear you. Because I didn't know that the guy could hear my microphone. And I go, "Oh, yeah? Hey, man, shut the fuck up."
Double down on that shit. Double down.
And then, I got fired.
Jason ain't playing that shit.
Because
that makes sense, though, yeah.
Dude, and then they went under for it. Like, they started hiring girls to interview people at the Mega Ram contest, ask them stupid-ass questions, where it's like, like you don't know what it's like, and if you can't explain like how it is to be up there and like how dangerous it is and what you would really be thinking if you were really up there.
Right.
It's different if you played the game or you've done enough research with us to like, because Salema can't skate.
Right.
But Salema's friends, he's been in the trenches with us.
Right.
He's seen us go through the injuries and the rehab, and he knows how much each individual athlete has put in to make it there.
Yeah.
But when you're no offense, man, but like if you're some snowboard chick and ESPN hires you to interview the Vert guy, like that was the other thing. Like they had me at Winter X Games 2 years ago, and I was like, I'll do it, but I will not act like I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
If you want a guy to come from like, man, I think it's crazy what you guys do, I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
But I will not speak upon this like I am one of them.
It goes back to your authenticity that you were talking about. Like,
Dude, you
being
gotta
real.
like it's
gotta
just
be
like
real,
you
man.
gotta be respectful to the people in the game. And it's like you want this to be popular. Give them the real version.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, don't give them this video game bullshit.
Yeah, that's a big thing with football. Like a lot of the media and
Yeah,
stuff.
you guys
like,
have a lot. I see it.
It's crazy sometimes because it's like they can't really relate and they're asking questions, and that's why a lot of the times they like these guys are fucking assholes up there or they being dickheads. But it's like, bro, it's like you said, it's a different.
They don't
when
take
you,
that person serious,
right? When you don't come from that world, and it's hard to like ask some of the questions to like put it in a mind frame where the people that's watching can kind of like
it's corporate, dude.
Right? Get
It's
some shit, learn something.
corporate infiltration,
Yeah.
where they hire a person to do a gimmick. Don't forget to mention Subway sandwiches. Good luck in your next play. Like it's like I am here to fucking die for my sport. Who the fuck is this snow bunny? I don't want to know. Like I don't have time for this shit. I got another ride, or I got another play, or I'm about to race NASCAR. Who the fuck is this chick?
Right.
But and I know what I sound like to some people, but I'm just like passionate about the game. Like I'm not a football player, but if you're interviewing a football player, you better be a football player, you know, or you've, because I know there's people that were not pro athletes that have put in enough work
in the sport
to where they talk, where the other athlete respects the question. It's a legit question,
right,
because they put in a lot of work to understand what is going through the mind of that particular athlete.
Absolutely.
But when you're just cute, I shut up. Like
point blank period.
Just talk about Pepsi or some shit like that. But when I did the X Games, that was my first taste. And then I did the gigantic skate park tour. And then that's when Tony got offered a radio show on Sirius XM because they were like doing Extreme Athlete Channel or some cheesy shit.
Yeah.
But Tony goes, I want to hire Jason to be a radio guy. And then, I didn't know this at the time, but he goes, you know what? Jason would actually be really good at radio. You should check him out.
Yeah.
So I'm his co-host. And the first episode we did, all the executives flew down to San Diego to watch it happen. And then when I started talking, I saw them talking while I was talking like about me. And I'm like, what are they fucking talking about? And then after the show, they were like, hey, we want to see if you'd be interested in being a DJ for a Sirius XM. And it was at the tail end of my skateboard career.
Right.
And I was pretty sure that I was going to be packing boxes for like a skateboard company if I was lucky. If I was lucky, dude.
Damn.
So I was like, yeah, I'll be a DJ. And they're like, you got to move to LA. And that's when, because there's no vert ramp in LA. So that was the day, like I told people, it was depressing, dude. But I had a girlfriend, she got pregnant. She was like, I'm going to have it. I want you to be the father. And I was like, I don't make a lot of money and my skateboard career is coming to an end.
I'd be over that.
I will move to Los Angeles. I will retire from skateboarding and I will hustle to be a DJ. And I saw the movie, the Howard Stern movie.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that's my thing. I'm going to be the next Howard Stern. And I was like, same rules apply to skateboarding where it's 10 years. You put in 10 years, hardcore, everything you got. And that's why when things happen like the snake.
Yeah.
Where my brain was just like, because I had to drive like 4 hours a day to do the radio.
Damn.
And I was like, people that are
One
in
way?
their cars
One way?
on Fridays. Yep, 2 hours on a Monday or whatever. But
Shit.
I remember thinking, I'm in this car in traffic. I would kill for somebody to talk in a way that would make me not realize that I'm in traffic.
Right.
There we go.
Okay.
So that helped me.
Yeah.
When I was on the radio, I was like, if you don't say something to keep people listening,
Yeah.
you've lost that person.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So every minute I was on, I was like, if it comes, like I remember I was like, I'm scared of this snake. What if I bring in a giant snake to bite me tomorrow? Will people change the channel when they hear that? I believe they will not.
Right.
So fucking bite me.
Yeah, pop over to fucking Jason's channel right now. He got a snake wrapped around his fucking arm. Like,
I got to tell somebody about this.
Yeah,
Right.
it worked. The show got big.
yeah, yeah. So shit, that started.
We ain't doing that.
You ain't getting no snake. King, come on now.
Over here, bro.
Come on now.
That's what we got him for.
If we get somebody to bring the snake,
That's what we got him for.
I take a little nip from a snake. I ain't scared, cuz.
You can have it.
You will be.
I mean, I'd probably be
When they start
scared.
looking at you curling up, it gets creepy.
Yeah.
You got it, JC. Go ahead.
Hey, look, we're a Mississippi boy.
You and him, and you got your boy, and you know his crazy
I'm
ass.
cool. It's cool. It's a snake. You know what I'm saying? People
Matter,
live.
dude.
People
Yeah, it's
live.
crazy. It's crazy.
Right, dude.
John not going for the snake. He not going for the snake.
I don't mind the
What
snake.
do you mean not a bite?
I can like
What's
a
the point
bitch,
then?
John.
We get to pat it.
Fuck, John. You want a damn snake suit in this bitch?
Oh, man.
Get a little blood in there, John. Fuck. Come on now, man. So the show started in 2005. Tony got the start, and you just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Doing- taking
then my show
calls
got
and-
big, and then people started calling our show and saying inappropriate stuff because of the way I was doing my show.
Oh, yeah.
So then I had to step away from Tony's show, and that's when it really got. Then it was like I went to New York, had a meeting. I was like, "Hey man, I want to talk more," and he was like, "How long do you want to talk?" And I was like an hour. He's like, an hour straight. I'm like, "Yeah." And then I'll play 2 songs, and then another hour, 4 hours a day.
2 songs, damn.
Because I used to be just a DJ.
Yeah.
Like I talk for like
In between
5 minutes,
in between songs,
and then play songs.
Yeah.
And this guy, Steve Blatter, gave me the go ahead. And I remember just being so excited, dude, getting on the plane back from New York to LA. And I was like, I'm going to fucking go
do this
so
shit.
hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, welcome to the Jason Ellis show. There was no promos. Like I just started calling it the Jason Ellis show.
Yeah.
And they didn't care because they were in New York and they just let me go. And then like, I think maybe 5 or 6 years, it became the biggest show on that channel. And then I did a phone call thing because Hulk Hogan did a phone call thing on the Howard Stern channel.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, the world record for phone calls on Sirius XM in an hour was 21,000. And it was because Hulk Hogan was doing call in, brother. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
it was 21,000. And I did it and did like 87,000 in an hour.
87,000.
And that's when I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
Upwards
got
of
something.
60K?
I was like, wait, if Howard Stern channel has the record with Hulk Hogan and I just did that, am I as big as Howard Stern? Because at the time he was getting
That was the checkbox.
he was getting $100 million a year.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, he
And I
was
was
getting
like,
the bag.
how long now?
Howard Stern was
I
getting
was
paid like that.
Yeah, dude.
How-
He
Yeah.
got 3 5-year deals for $500 million.
Shit.
Shit.
So
I had no.
I was like, give me
I
a
had no
million.
idea.
Radio show?
Yeah,
get on
absolutely.
We got
Radio,
some
on the
Absolutely.
radio. We just gonna call in all day.
Some on the radio.
Golly.
Yeah, on radio. Let's do it.
You said 500 mil?
$100 million a year, 5-year deal.
5 years.
3 times.
Golly.
Yeah, dude, he's a
man.
billionaire from that shit.
Yeah, he did that.
No, that's.
But yeah, he put
crazy.
in, 20 years of terrestrial radio, and he changed the face of radio for like he's a Michael Jordan of radio.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when
hell
people
yeah.
do stuff now, it's cool. It's like it's like LeBron did cool, Kobe cool, but there's a Jordan, there's a guy that was like at one point nobody around him was close.
Goat.
Right.
That's what Stern was.
Howie.
Mm.
Yeah, no,
Goat.
Howie like that. And he's,
So-
it's-
like that, bro.
yeah.
He played the game in a way that changed it. Like, dude, there's no Joe Rogan podcast without Howard Stern's radio show.
Right.
Like that's how I see it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's fact.
No, you're right.
That's fact.
I mean, shit.
Right.
He
Will
because
Chamberlain and all that shit is like, people forget because they're not from those eras, but like there were people that did stuff where everybody else was like, what the fuck? You can do that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That is what he was doing in the 80s when you and I didn't know what Howard Stern was like, but he did stuff where if you play the old tapes, you're like, nobody on terrestrial radio talked like that.
Right.
Like
or had the audience and guests like that. Yeah.
They didn't do anything like that.
Yeah. Howie was
Now we
different.
all say whatever the fuck we want.
Right. Shout out to Howie, man.
Yeah.
I just know he was getting paid like that. I never looked into it, but that's
I was working
sense.
at the company, so I remember going, keep going, Jason. This is gonna work out for you. I never thought I was gonna get that, but I was like, you're gonna make $1 million a year, and you're an illiterate, washed up skateboarder, dude. You make $1 million a year for talking shit on the radio. You won, dude. You are the winner.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
And I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Win for real. Big win for real. One of the top shows.
I was such a douche. Because I'm from Shipville, dude. You give me $1 million, I buy all the dumbest shit ever.
Be like that. What was your first? I guess the dumbest shit you bought with your serious
turbo
money?
Porsche 911.
Ooh,
There we go.
That's me.
S550.
That's me.
I had
Car guy.
Yeah, he did say car guy earlier.
Yeah,
Big car
I had
guy.
jet skis. I had what else did I have? I mainly spent because when I got divorced from a baby mama, I married this tattooed girl that was like, we should have an open relationship, and that's when shit went sour because
Damn.
I was just boning everybody
Out there.
and it was
outside.
and it was like it was like the darkness took over.
Ooh.
It was like I don't believe in the devil or anything, but I do believe there's like dark and light in this world.
Okay.
And I think the money and the fame and all the bullshit that the people that come around when they know that you got that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was covered in it, and I didn't know, because if I had known, I would have.
Right.
Because when it all disappeared, those people disappeared just as fast.
Absolutely.
Which was I'm happy that it all happened, because it was like a wake up call.
Yeah.
You think you'd know by because I wasn't young when this happened, dude. It was already like, late 40s and 50s, where I'm like, what do you mean these chicks ain't coming around no more? I'm like, dude, are you really that stupid? Like, you thought those people were your friends? Like, you idiot, dude. Like, you absolute idiot.
Oh shit. Man.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it happened, because now I use it in my comedy. Like, there's more lessons that I've learned because I've made so many mistakes in my life.
Yeah.
And now I can make jokes on it,
Right.
but also a lesson in it, where it's like, hey, everybody, like, if you think this is what life's about, I can assure you it's not,
At all. That's dope.
Damn, man.
Man, been around, did everything. What's some of your most memorable like shows over at Sirius? Like, I guess as far as like guests and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, Ozzy Osbourne was like, he liked me.
Ozzy
And like,
Osbourne.
I'm like, well,
Legend.
Prince of Darkness likes me right now.
I was about to say, he didn't like a whole lot of people watching his shit.
He was cool to me. And then I seen him a couple of times like out, and he came up to me in front of people. Jason, how are you? And I was like, shut the fuck up. Ozzy Osbourne is saying hello to me. And my friends are like, Ozzy like that? I'm like, yeah, I guess.
What you talking about?
I didn't think so, but yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, stuff like that was
That's dope.
super cool.
He's a legend for real.
Everlast, me and him are still friends to this day.
Okay.
That's lit.
That dude's cool as shit. And I'm friends with Be Real. And there's people that have always. I was friends with Marilyn Manson for a while there. Everybody thought that was cool, but I was like, he's a little dark. That was when I was.
He was dark for you.
Maybe, but there was a little thing there where I was like, you know what? Maybe this is not a good idea. And then when I got sober, I was like, I have no. Those people I stay away from. I'm happy for him. I hope everything's working out, but
Yeah.
I'm over here.
Understand.
Gotcha.
Understand.
Yeah, Ludacris and I hung out.
Luda.
Yeah.
Luda.
There's a bunch of people that I've always looked up to that were nice to me, because Kawasaki gave me Kawasaki motorcycles,
Right.
because all the truck drivers for Kawasaki listened to my show. And I was like, I'm riding moto, and my friend's like, dude, is that a factory Kawasaki? And I'm like, kinda. And they're like, how the fuck did you get that? I'm like, those guys hooked me up. Yeah, so there was things like that where they gave me a jet ski, like things like that where it wasn't about like what the thing was. It was like who gave it to me.
Right.
You know, it was like, I didn't buy this cat. Like the gear, I got like custom moto gear. Like they put my name on it. Like it was just all this life of, you know, when I go to the Supercross, everyone's like, holy shit, Jason Ellis. I'm like, really?
He said, I just talk on the radio.
I'm just talking on the radio. If you see me ride, I'm not that quick. But
Damn.
Hell yeah.
But I was super grateful
Man,
for all
that branding. I mean, like, so how does it work for it? Because I don't know how that world works in radio when it comes to branding versus like a podcast. So like everything that you was getting, that's all separate from what Sirius was doing. That was all everything that you get on your own, right?
They would try to stop most people from doing that, but because I was a professional athlete before I was on Sirius, like if they try to argue like, hey, you can't be getting free stuff, and I'm like, I'm Jason Ellis, motherfucker.
Right.
Like, and they're like, was there an argument that the radio show had made me a bigger celebrity? Yeah, for sure. But I was always
you were still you before.
I'm still like, if you ask me what I am, I'm a fucking skateboarder.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I still sign my name with a skateboard underneath it.
Nah,
like I'm
that's dope.
pretty far from being a skateboarder at this point. But it's like people when they go like, I used to get the intro as a professional skateboarder and a professional fighter, and comedians would be like, "You realize you're a professional comedian, right?" And I'm like, "Am I?" And they're like, "Yeah, dude. Like, what are you saying?" And I'm like, I never really saw it like that, but I guess that is kind of my career at this point.
Right.
Yeah. It's hard for me to. So
But, I mean, like,
there was
your
little arguments
roots-
every now and then. Then they'd be like, you wear, because I would have a clothing line, but they're like, you can't have a clothing line. I'm like, I've had a clothing line my whole life.
Right. Like, what are we talking about?
Like, you're not going to take it away from me because I'm on Sirius XM. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
Tony can have one.
Facts.
So I had one too.
Well, there you have it.
And they were
Damn,
very.
I didn't know it was that strict in the radio world. I mean, like,
They control. If you were an up and coming DJ,
yeah.
they would do that to you.
They-
But it was a weird thing where it was like, Tony's Kelly Slater and Tony, they were like, everybody knew them.
Right.
And they were like, nobody really knows you, Jason. I was like, well, if you deep dive, some people do.
Some people.
And you
fucking
can't
do.
take
Right.
that away from me.
Right,
And I also had like a cocky, like I wasn't gonna back down. Like I would go to meetings with like the execs and I'd be like, you guys are a bunch of fucking pussies. And everybody would look around and be like, did he just call the CEO a pussy? And I'm like, yeah, man. Like, I'm your workhorse over here.
Facts.
I talk this way because I'm not insecure in this room because I'm putting in that work.
Putting in the work.
So
Right.
like I'm telling you, like, I'm giving you good advice. You should listen to me. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like a boss would be like, you know what you should do on your radio show? And I'm like, how's your radio show going?
Don't tell me. Don't
And
give me
they're
no
like,
advice.
what are you talking about? I'm like, do you have a radio show? No? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think I know what I'm doing.
I like that.
It was
I like
hard
that.
to deal with me. I feel sorry for some.
Let me ask you, which one did you prefer? Do you prefer the radio life or the podcast life? Or like
podcast life, easy. Because
Podcast?
you don't have a boss.
that part?
I had
Yeah.
that's the thing. I'm happy that I've experienced it, but I now am aware of the corporate world because of SiriusXM,
Right.
and I have no interest in being affiliated with them whatsoever.
Mm.
Like the corporate world is where creative minds go to die.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, it's like you do something good, something special, and then it's like some big company buys it. And then they water it down and sell it cheap when it's like half what it was. Like
Right.
that's like the corporate. Like it doesn't matter what business it is. As soon as corporate gets a hold of it,
Fuck it
It's
up.
a different product.
they water it
different
down.
product.
They give you the watered down bullshit version of everything.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why in comedy, like everyone's like, you're gonna do a special, and I'm like, why? Like, so I can give Netflix some money. Like, I don't care about a special. I don't care about being popular. I don't care about being famous. Like, I don't have any need for that anymore. I used to want to be famous. I used to want everybody to recognize me on the street because I was insecure and I felt like nobody loved me when I was a kid. So, like, I understand how my dynamic is. What I want is to be really funny.
Right.
That's all I care about.
That's my goal.
If you're gonna pay me a bunch of money to do a show, yeah, I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
I'm not an idiot,
Right.
but if it's like fame over being a really good comedian.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't be bored. That's why it's pretty hard to have a bad day for me. Like if the tickets don't sell, I'm like, well, it'll happen. And if it doesn't happen, I don't really care about that. What I care about is like, I put in that work every day after I do a set. I'm like, what was funny about that? What wasn't funny about that? Maybe I'll chop that off. Maybe I'll add this to that. Maybe I'll do this here. Like to me, the coolest thing about comedy now is like my peers, like Whitney Cummings or somebody like that would be like, hey, what you're doing right now, you're a fucking monster. This shit is just keep going. It's going to work out for you. And I'm like, that's Whitney Cummings telling me that.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that I'm like, these are the things that make me happy in my life.
Right. So between, you transitioned out of serious and you were doing the podcast and stuff. How did you, take that turn into the, the world of comedy and,
well, I actually thought about doing comedy, but when you do a show for Sirius Monday to Friday, you could never be a comedian.
Right.
Because you could never go on the road.
Right.
Like when I was at Sirius, if I took a week off, fans would DM me and call me a piece of shit.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, do you have a job? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, have you ever taken a week off in a year of your work? And they're like, well, yeah, that's different. I'm like, how is that different?
Well, how is it?
Like, this is my job.
Right.
I have a family. Like, I would like to go on a vacation. What am I, a fucking asshole? Like, people were so mean when it came to that shit.
I mean, it's a thing, though, because I feel like, just as consumers, though, I feel like consumers do forget that. Like, to your point.
It's not their fault. They don't mean it.
Right.
Like, it took me a while to adjust, but it's like, they love you.
Yeah.
And they're like,
this is true.
I'm at work. Where are you? And I'm like, I'm in Australia. They're like, Australia? What the fuck? And I'm like, man, I haven't seen my family for like 2 years. Like, let me go.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
They don't
give a
know.
fuck.
I mean, back to those drives you talking about, like, yo, I can listen to you for all this sad 2-hour truck drive I gotta make. Well, now I gotta go 7 days in the car trying to
people be like, reruns? What the fuck, Ellis?
Shit,
and I'm like,
shit, when we have to push the damn drop date back from Wednesday to Thursday. Hey, bro, where the fuck y'all at?
Yeah.
I got work today. Why we need this shit? Like, what are you doing?
I'd be like, shit.
Well, damn, because it's tomorrow. It's coming tomorrow.
It's coming. Like, Faye busy. Let's get it right.
that's how it is for everybody.
So what's your I guess your favorite thing about doing the comedy now?
I mean, making people laugh, Like, I guess my favorite thing is a real good show where the whole room is laughing hard.
Felt that. Everybody felt that shit.
And I'm like, this is one of the coolest things in my life,
Yeah.
Or maybe meet and greet afterwards. And because I do get a little serious in my stand-up sometimes about, sobriety and going through trials and tribulations in my life where I make jokes about stuff, but I also I'm like, I've been in some really dark places in my life and I made it out.
Yeah.
And if I can, you can. And some people thank me for that. And that's like, that means a lot too. Cause when you're like an uneducated fuck up and then you turn into a thing where somebody is like thanking you for making their life better or that they were going to kill themselves. Like I heard some shit where I'm like, really, dude?
Yeah.
And that's like I'm like, I never thought that I would ever hear anybody say anything that nice. So those things mean a lot too.
It's fire. That's real. It's fire. Just being able to impact people like that on a daily basis.
In a positive way. Because I definitely came from a negative background, like people that knew me would be like, you were not going to inspire. You were going to burn.
Destroy.
Yeah.
That's all he knows.
It might have been the plan at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a beautiful thing. For sure. Being able to touch people and, change my life. Because, I mean, shit, just doing this for the short period of time that we've been a part of this world, I mean, you see some real life connections that people form with you, and it's literally like quality of their life completely changes type shit. So it's big time.
Yeah, you're showing people, that a lot of things can be done.
Yeah. Let me ask you, and like you've already said this, because I know, just us, like we've been doing this now for,
Going on 5
years. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of change has happened. We have to, adjust on the fly. This is our third studio,
I get that.
but even adding King on and man, just everything, like all the changes. I can ask you this. If you were talking to somebody that was starting a business and they are 5 years in, right? And they're not probably seeing like, oh, snap, I thought 5 years, I thought I would have been here.
That's your first mistake.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
Like just having a expectation before even
somebody else did it in this amount of time. Who cares what they did?
Right.
It's do you love it? That's what I tell my kids. Like, do you love it? Because if you don't love it, the fuck are you doing?
Right.
The passion, man. The passion beats everything. If you love the game, nothing can beat you. That's the end of it. Because it's going to be bad. It's going to be difficult. It's going to look like there's no way it's going to work.
Yep.
But if you love it, like with everything you've got, first of all, that means you can't stop thinking about it.
Facts.
And when you can't stop thinking about something, ideas pop. Like sometimes you get flat and you're like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. But if you keep thinking about it, you wake up thinking about it. Like when I was a kid, man, I used to make half pipes out of my mashed potatoes. Like I was thinking about skateboarding all
That's
day,
crazy.
nonstop. So
half pipe mashed potatoes.
Every time, dude. Every dinner, mashed potatoes. I do lines in my mashed potatoes.
That's crazy
lines
as
that I
hell.
couldn't do. That's the same thing now. Like a story, an Uber, somebody fucking yelling at me on the street. It's a joke. Airport, somebody fucking touched my dick while they're asking me how old I am. I'm like, I got to write a joke. Like the Czech guy, my shit goes off as an anomaly, fucking, and they're always patting me down. They're like, cool, if we pat you down. I'm like, yeah.
Come
We're
on.
gonna go to a private room. I'm like, I ain't got time for a private room. Just fucking grab it, dude, so we can get out of here.
Nah, that's real.
Come on, get it done.
The last one, it happened in Chicago. A guy goes, so how long you been getting tattoos? And I'm like, I don't know, man, since I was like 17. I'm 53 now. And he's like, you're 53? And he's holding my dick at the same time.
All right,
and I'm like, really, dude?
All right,
and he's like, what? I'm like, can you fucking get off my dick? And I'm like, there's a joke in that.
Can you get off my dick, bro?
There's always going to be.
God damn, bro.
Because I'm obsessed. Look at Conor McGregor, dude, when he first started. Like, look at the interviews of that guy.
Yeah.
Like, he was obsessed. And, he also said some things where it's like, it's not talent. There's no talent. It's passion.
Yeah.
Passion makes talent.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a talented body. I've beat many a talented body because of my passion for that game.
Yeah.
Like, does it help? Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Like a LeBron, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's some other people that love basketball as much as LeBron, but that body, that's a convenient body to have when you're playing basketball. There's no question.
Absolutely.
But what's his name? Who's the littler guy with the better shot? I'm fucking
Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Steph
that
Curry.
guy's body's not a LeBron, but he fucked that guy up.
Hey, he got this right here.
You know
That
why?
shit on the
Because
fucking-
he practiced.
Right.
You know why he practiced? Because he was possessed by the game.
Facts.
And that's like the thing when it comes to podcasting. Bad day, good day, popularity, no money, somebody sucks, show didn't do good, fans talk shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Just keep
Pack
going.
a lunch.
Hell yeah.
It's all about the mentality.
We need
Yeah.
we need them lunch pail guys, okay? You gotta show up every fucking day.
So I know I was late when they talk about it. I coach high school kids. We're trying to drill that into them. Matt drill, hey,
Matt drills.
bust, hey.
They got your ass, man.
You got in some ass out there, kid?
I knew it.
Had 3 guys throw up in my group.
Oh,
I had
hell
3 guys throw up in
yeah.
my station.
But that's
Proud
what
coach.
We're dropping bodies.
that's what happened, kids, when you come in the live, be like, hey, tell coach to take it easy.
And he was the one that
Yo
he was the first one to throw up
Yeah.
in my group.
Exactly.
Yes.
He was the first one to throw up in
Cook
my
his
group.
ass. What? Fuck,
Got
hell
it.
yeah,
That's
I'm
what you get.
I
smashing.
told him, I
Come
said,
in,
hey,
man.
you could throw up, get some water, get your
Get
ass
your
back in line.
ass back in
I don't
fucking
care.
line.
I don't care if you puke. That's fine. But
keep going.
get some water.
Yeah.
Get back. Let's roll. We going.
puke,
Life
You're doing it
lesson
right.
right there.
Yeah.
Life lesson.
And that's why he. But like you said, he puked because he was giving his all. I will give him that. He was.
Yeah.
You got you don't just throw up. People that don't know that you don't just throw up when you're working out of nowhere.
Nah.
you got to
Yeah.
work yourself to puke.
You gotta get there.
Yeah.
You gotta
You got to
there.
push yourself there. He did. He puked. and hop right back up, jump right back in. So I was on him for a while, but afterwards, at the end, I kind of gave him a little pat on the back. I was
he
like,
earned some points.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, way to puke and rally. He puked, got back up, hopped back in there.
Hell yeah.
So he's good. He's good. We cool now. We good.
Okay, there we go.
But, we still, when Matt drills come,
I'm finna cook y'all shit. Don't fucking play around, bro. Don't ever do no shit like that again.
It is what it is.
Hey,
what? Fuck you thought this was.
Tell Coach thank you for the life lesson, though.
Yeah. We're trying to create that mentality of, like you said, every day, no matter what's going on.
Every day.
Yeah,
man, every day.
Yeah, because even if it isn't in football, like, same mentality applies to everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're that person, the world is yours, man.
It's going to correlate.
No matter, because things are bad. Things are get bad for all kinds of people, all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
If you show up tomorrow with a positive attitude, ready to take it on, that is a motherfucker that is hard to stop.
Yeah.
And in a world of people that break, because that's my only thing. When people break easy and I see people quitting and bitching, the way I see it, because I don't want to get it, I don't like to let it get me down. I just go, well, that's another spot I get. You crumbled.
Right. Now it's more opportunity for me out here. Right.
It's more opportunity for anybody that is willing to put in the work.
I feel like I'll be here, like, especially, so, I'm in like the regular workforce, and I hear not a lot, but yes, I do. It is a lot. A lot of people do complain about, like, they quote unquote 9 to 5. And my mentality has always been similar to yours. Like, look, you got one or two choices. Either to find a way to get out of it.
Yeah.
Or while you win it, be the best at it. Like, ain't no in between to me in it. Like, I feel like the complaining part is just, to me, first off, it's wasting energy. That's the first most important thing, and it's fucking up your whole mentality. Like, if you waking up hating what you do, well, fine, you have to find a way to change it. You got to find a way to change it.
There's people on social media lying too. Like, everybody's on there acting like they're all this and they're all that, and life's so good. And look at my car, look at my shoes. And it's like, I know those people. They're not as happy as they make out to be.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, oh, he's got this or he's got that. I don't have this and I don't have that. I know rich people fucking cry themselves asleep. Like, their fucking girlfriend still cheats on them. Like, everybody's got bullshit. It's just like social media, not a lot of people are honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually like, you want to, like a workout people where I'm like, motherfucker, you're fat. Like, don't tell me how to work out. I know you don't work that hard. Like, but it's like, here's my ab workout. I'm like, it's a shitty ab workout if that's your abs.
Right.
But there's a lot of those people out there. Like all the girl models where it's like, here's how I get my tight buns. I'm like, bitch, you're on steroids. First of all.
Yeah.
Like, don't act like your ass is that big and you got that much abs. There's only one way that is achieved.
90%
You're on
of the time.
steroids, lady.
90% of the time, it be BBLs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
dude. And they're like, this is the squat to get the BBL. I'm like, no, it isn't.
Yeah.
Bitch, that is surgery. Stop
That's surgery, bro. That's that nice.
You laid on somebody's table.
Man,
right. That's definitely
Which
all
is
surgery.
also cool. But if you say, hey, this is how you get my BBL. First of all, I'm on steroids. Second of all, I got a BBL. And then third, I try to eat good. Then okay.
I fuck with you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, facts. Call a spade, bro. Call a spade a fucking spade.
Hell yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, damn, we at the back of this. It's a lot, bro. There's so much stuff in here in this interview.
You gotta ask that one though.
Dog, this Come
on, man.
The Paul Blart. You was in the movie.
God damn it.
Mall cop. Hey, we gonna ask, okay? That's a great movie.
Paul Blart?
That's a great movie there.
That's a great
I'm a
fucking
fan.
movie, bro.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I like both of them.
Facts.
1 and 2.
Facts.
I can't tell if you guys are fucking with me.
No,
I
watch this shit.
Peanut butter and jelly. What you mean?
shit.
All day.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I
funny.
fuck with my
Motherfucking Segway was booking it, man. So how was this experience? You was one of the bad guys, huh?
Yeah, that was an accident too.
An accident?
Yeah, it was, my coach at Team Quest, he was training Kevin James. Because Kevin James was like into MMA.
Yeah.
And then Kevin hit him up and goes, hey man, this is a crazy question, but you don't have anybody at the gym that can skate and fight, right? And he goes, I got a pro skater that trains at my gym. And he was like, oh, then he's in.
Yeah.
So all the other guys that I know, the
sure
BMX
was.
dudes and the skateboarders, they auditioned
Yeah.
and they were trying to be actors.
Yeah.
I was not.
I'm just the dude.
I didn't have a SAG card or anything.
Yeah.
And they go, Kevin wants you in the movie. So I don't audition. I don't know nothing about it. I show up and they go, so have you got your skateboard? And I was like, yeah, why? Because I don't know the script or nothing.
Yeah.
And they go, you're skating in this. And I'm like, oh,
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay.
And then I'm like, so what am I doing? And then I say, I'm like, hey, Mike Vallely, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm an actor in a fucking movie. What are you talking about?
What the fuck are you doing here?
I'm
What are
like-
you doing here?
I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing here.
That's lit.
And then I had a
mean-
radio show to do, and there was a closed down shoe store in the mall, and Kevin James arranged for me to do my radio show in the broken down store.
Nice.
And for the first couple of fucking days, it was a milk crate again, dude.
Yeah.
Because they gave me this little box.
Yeah.
That was the difference between everybody else does the movie, and then after the movie, they all go out to get fucking like lunches and brunches with all the actors.
Yeah.
I go into the closed down shoe store and do 4 hours of radio by myself, Monday to Friday,
man.
while doing this movie.
Every fucking day. He's
a
showing
grind.
up every
That's a
day.
grind.
I lived in
Grind.
Boston for 3 months doing that movie.
The
And
grind.
every show, Monday to Friday, I was on a fucking. They got me a chair eventually, and then every now and then, fans were listening that lived in Boston, and they like messaged me like, "Hey man, can we come in?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm in a fucking. There's not even a light. I'm in a dark room by myself. So yeah, come in."
Man said, "I'm
And
in
then
the
one
trenches."
dude, he actually kind of became my friend a little bit. He got me weed.
Okay.
So he brought me
Holding
weed.
it down.
Yeah. And then it was a weird,
That's lit.
lonely, because I was like, I'm acting, I'm hanging out with everybody, and then everyone's like, off we go. And I'm like, I'm staying in the mall, you
Right.
guys, because they filmed Paul Blart in
Yeah,
a mall.
in the mall,
Yeah,
for
the whole
sure.
time.
So it was like this weird. And then it was what the director was like, so I'm going to need you to go up this wall. And I'm like, I'm a vert skater, dude. And he's like,
Nah.
what do you mean? I'm like, if you put a transition there,
He said, but
I will fly up that
right,
wall.
give me a ramp.
But
or
if you
something.
don't, you need to go fuck yourself. And he was like, I don't understand. And I'm like, somebody else explained to this motherfucker that I'm a vert dude. And they were like, man, Jason's a terrible professional skateboarder. I go, okay, asshole. If there's a vert ramp here, watch all these other bitches fucking won't even reach the top.
Yeah.
And I will fly around. But obviously a vert ramp at a mall didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, the director was like, I don't think you're a great skateboarder. And
I don't know
was
how
like,
you got
fair
this
enough.
part.
Oh, the other thing was I got paid mad money for the fight scene because we're going to do a fight scene and Kevin was into MMA and he's like, you're a real fighter, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you want to do a fight scene? I was like, yeah. He's like, dude, you're going to be stoked. I'm like, why is that? He's like, because you're an actor that's doing his own stunts. It's triple the pay.
Right.
Oh, shit.
So
Ooh, shout out to
we
Tom
had a
Cruise
That's
and
why
Jackie
Tom
Chan.
Cruise be-
Tom Cruise and Jackie
That's how
Chan.
Tom Cruise
Yeah.
been on y'all guys, bro. That's how they did it, bro.
Yes, I see what's going on now.
I understand it now.
Right.
We did a fight scene in a tanning booth where we had like he and I like choreography, and I was like, he's like, is it cool if I do? I was like, yeah, man, like let it rip, like fucking punch me, I can take it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm gonna throw you into the tanning bed. I'm gonna slam the tanning bed, and your arm's gonna be out. And they put these bump stops, so when he slams the tanning bed on my
Didn't
arm,
mess your
it's,
yeah.
the first one knocked the bump stop out of the way, and then he's just slamming the.
Oh shit! So
Damn.
this is
But-
real.
But like I was like,
I do this.
Right.
This is
This is it right
you got
here.
the right guy, dude. Like I don't care. Yeah, this is. Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna come busting out and punch you over the tanning bed. I'm like, okay, man.
That actually is him, bro. Like,
Right.
Fucking, like,
Oh, yeah, no,
that's
Definitely Jason.
him.
in this bitch.
Kevin can train. Kevin can fight. He knew.
For real?
He knows shit. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
I gotta go watch it again.
A lot more respect
Gotta
for
go watch
Kev
it
now,
again,
bro.
now.
He about that shit.
I'm
yeah.
that was legit at that point.
That shit was on my arm. I
Yeah,
was
nah,
like, whatever.
he was fucking shit up. Hell yeah! Shout out to
But he
Paul,
was a
bro.
good dude, man. He was real nice.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see
He's
that.
trying to help.
Paul
You know,
Blart.
he was like, I can tell you, I'm not an actor. I'm gonna loosen you up a little bit. He's like, we're having fun, man. We're having fun. I'm like, okay, because I didn't want to let him down. You know.
That's lit.
That's crazy as hell.
Yeah, that was
Classic,
that was,
too.
Got a robot.
that was one of
accident.
those things where I was like, is this really happening?
Is
Cover
this
his
happening?
eye up.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's the life,
That's
man.
fine.
You do some professional shit that's not supposed to be like a real job, and you turn it into a real job. You get to do crazy ass shit.
Yeah, that was some,
and triple your pay for your own stunts.
That was the other thing. When I got the check, I was like, because he was like, you're gonna be real happy, and I was like, yeah. He's like, trust me, and I was like, that seemed like he knew something that I didn't know.
Right.
And then when I got the check, I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah. We unlocked the cheat code.
Now I know what that face was for.
Right.
Because I was like, oh man, I want to call him right now and be like, fuck, dude, really?
That's dope as shit, man.
That's lit, man.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right, look, man. We back into this interview, man. We're gonna get to some of our favorite segments.
Yeah, this is about to be fun.
Great pod, you know what I'm saying? A lot of new stories in here.
Thank you for the stories and the knowledge.
I'm sure the roomies have definitely enjoyed this. We're not done yet, but yeah, man, y'all know what time it is. Let's get it.
Big back, woo. Big back.
Oh yeah. Okay. We take a little break.
We eat. So this
and we review some food. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Yeah. All right. Up first, we got these blueberry cinnamon Pop-Tart bars.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Man, you're making me want to smoke weed right now. This is
Good
bad
shit.
Wait, you watch cool food while you eat a burrito?
Absolutely.
we do.
This is a great segment.
Absolutely.
You guys are pretty smart. That's good.
Wild blueberry Pop-Tart.
Yeah, I like you ate Pop-Tarts?
Oh, hell yeah.
What was your favorite flavor?
Ooh.
Strawberry.
Strawberry? Okay, strawberry. That's hard. That's
brown sugar.
That's legit.
Brown sugar cinnamon.
Brown sugar, that's the one.
Okay,
but
I changed my mind.
wild berry was in my top 3.
Wild berry was up there?
And then this homemade, so it's
this different.
It's different.
It's definitely different. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Hey, we breaking it. That's 12.
Oh.
We're going 12 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. It gets serious.
It's a Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart's got to go 12. Homemade Pop-Tart, 12 out of 10.
You're right.
And
It has
fine.
some thickness to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we like that. Starting off right. Okay.
What we got next, Feyzan, on the
What we got
beats?
next?
Oh, you just went all straight up. You just straight sweets.
Nah, I mean, sometimes it be like that.
Banana bread donuts.
Wait, that's how you make a donut?
You will learn some stuff in here. Yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Banana bread donuts.
Man. I'd rather Krispy Kreme.
There we go.
I like you,
How
Jason.
many? How many?
like you. How many do you get?
How many do you go?
Like 12?
Thank you.
I like you. I knew I fucking liked you.
Thank
I
you.
What you doing?
Faye.
I knew I
Hey,
fucking
stop
liked
Big
you.
Back Hour. Pull it up, Faye.
Put it
This
up,
man
man.
right here.
Yeah.
Put it up.
Pull it up, Faye.
Yeah.
Stop. Paul, we time out Big Back Hour.
We had a
We gotta let Jason hear this shit.
We got.
Wish you had got 12
Oh my gosh.
fucking Krispy Kreme's donuts instead of this piece of shit burrito.
Krispy Kreme.
This thing is torture. I'm gonna shit my pants if I eat this thing. I cannot do it.
It's okay. You don't have to eat it.
I'm trying to hang with you guys. I've been it a couple of times, but you gotta be joking me, dude.
Yeah.
Listen to this shit.
What is it?
I normally get the 3-pack.
3-pack of what?
I get 3-pack. Like if it's quick,
You go to Krispy Kreme and get 3 donuts?
Yeah, that's insane.
Thank you.
Diabolical.
No, it's not.
I didn't
You go
even.
to Krispy Kreme and only get 3 donuts?
I didn't even know they sold them as 3. Wait,
Watch. Just watch.
Well, if normally if it is,
You don't even know what that
I'm
means.
not. Nigga, please.
He ain't backing.
I know it. I know it.
He ain't backing.
It's called discipline, bro. But anyway, listen. I can't do it.
Right. What?
It's discipline.
You're a Krispy Kreme.
It's very undisciplined.
Why would you
Yeah.
not grab at least a dozen so you could have some later?
Yeah,
Breakfast
come on
and
now,
lunch.
Jason.
Breakfast and lunch.
I don't want any later.
Late
Hey,
night
bullshit.
dinner.
What do you want to eat later?
It's gonna be gone before I pull off from the parking lot.
Facts.
By the time I get my donuts, before I turn out of the restaurant,
That's what's
3 of
up.
them gonna be gone before I get to the
Before the
street.
box hit the
What is he talking
I
about?
get 3. If I don't pay first, they give me my donuts. I'm eating 3 while they ringing me up.
Yeah.
This nigga talking about he going to only get 3. What? I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't even know you could do that.
6. Can you buy one individual? You could buy one individual donut one at a time? I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't either. 6 or 12.
6 or 12.
I didn't know you could go buy one. Yeah, let me get one.
Just so you know,
donut.
Jason,
Is
there's
that
a community
possible?
of people that was rocking with me with 3 donuts.
Everybody was split.
No,
It was split.
Everybody was
It
split.
I don't
it
want to
was
say anything
split.
bad about
It ain't split. It ain't split here.
No, it's definitely not.
It ain't split
It's
here.
3 on 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's insane.
See?
Bullshit.
That's insane.
Bullshit.
See, sweet.
Hey,
And they thought it was us.
They thought it was us. They thought we was tripping.
Our community is way bigger.
Thank you.
I promise you.
Thank you.
Literally.
It is.
Literally and figuratively.
You're right.
Our community is bigger.
Listen,
On all
I can
fronts.
see.
How can you have
I can see.
3? That don't make any
Tripping. But banana bread donuts.
That was hilarious, bro.
I'll go 10. I love me.
That was hilarious.
It's
Oh my
cool.
God.
It's cool. It's a cool 10. It ain't crazy.
I guess I could have 3 banana nut bread donuts. Shit.
All right. Let's see this next one, man.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. This is
What is that?
Crab rangoon ahi
What?
shots.
I ain't gonna lie
What?
to you.
You like crab rangoon?
Crab what?
Rangoon? You never had like
What's
the
a
little,
rangoon?
It's almost like a
It's like the little cream cheese
yeah.
puffs that they have at the Asian restaurants and stuff like that.
No.
Got some ahi tuna in there.
Nah.
This was a little interesting. I fuck with it.
I mean,
It's creative.
I'm a crab
I'm not
rangoon
hating
guy.
on it.
I'm a crab
I
rangoon.
see how that would be tasty.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not a cream cheese guy.
The cheese do it though. That right there, that when he
Yeah.
The cheese pool.
yes.
Okay, that does look.
Every single time will get me. It'll
Right.
get me every time.
Every time.
Every time it will get me.
Them bitches look legit.
Whenever I see the cheese pussy, yep.
Them look legit.
Every time.
With,
Okay.
with the tuna in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I gotta go.
That's
I gotta go.
That's one of those. That's one of those.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I gotta go 10. I gotta
That's
go.
one of those.
We like to do some big back shit out
Okay.
there. Okay?
What we got next?
You
JC?
score them too, huh?
No,
I
yeah.
got
A
to.
big score.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wait, is that ice cream taco?
out to
banana
you,
pudding choco
bud.
taco. This our boy Bev.
Okay, I'm back.
He said I'm back. He
Yeah.
said you
Banana
fuck with choco
pudding.
taco.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Choco
Banana
taco.
pudding though. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. He do his own shit. He created all
Oh,
his
that's sick.
Yeah.
This
Shout
Bev,
out to
Bev's guy's
Bev.
great.
Bev get down.
Bruh, he gets down with
Shout
it.
out to Bev.
Come on, man.
He sent me a text message, King, and was like, "This the one, ain't it?" I said, "Nigga."
Oh, do you put white chocolate in it?
Yeah. On the little crust. I'm
Oh,
like,
dang.
yeah.
Oh, that's the one.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that is.
He is special. kind.
Holy
He is
shit.
special man in that
That's
kitchen.
another level of taco.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Choco Tacos.
He's high as fuck, too, huh?
yeah, he'd be definitely be on
Yeah.
this. Like,
Yeah.
The way he be looking at me, he definitely be.
That is a high.
definitely be up
there.
It's a big breakfast
For
scale right
sure.
here.
What?
Wait,
Go
what?
ahead, give me a 15 out of 10 right here, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's,
big-
that was. I need that one.
Big
yes.
breakfast scale.
Yes.
Nice little ice cream dessert, little Choco Taco.
Did that, bro.
Banana pudding though.
Banana pudding. Anything banana pudding, you got me.
Goodness gracious.
Anything banana pudding, you got me.
Well, you know Ben.
You can set that down, Jason.
Yeah,
you ain't
yeah,
got it.
yeah, no.
bro.
That's as big as a baby. That's as big as a baby. All right, this is the other segment that's big over here. One we love.
Yes.
Raw Room Academy. We high school guys highlight tape competition. They send their tapes in. You can send your tapes in at rawroomacademy@gmail.com or hop into Discord and we got a channel in there where you can submit. And every week, man, we got coachable kids that submit the right way.
Talk to him, Faye.
But what is it, Faye?
No DMs, bitch.
Yeah, don't you DM us. We don't play that shit, bro. Come on now.
it.
You gotta get in competition the right way. Send your tape in, bro, through the email or the Discord link, man, and get your shine on. This is where guys get a little love, a little extra love. But let's get to the tapes this week, man. Up first, we got TJ Lester, running back, 5'10", 200 pounds, class of 25, Milton High in Milton, Georgia, 3-star prospect, committed to West Georgia. Okay.
5'10", 200.
Running back.
Yeah, okay, let's see something, TJ. You like a little highlight tape action?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's see.
Okay.
8 yards per
8
carry.
yards per carry out here. He getting off.
Told it. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
excuse me.
Arm tackles don't work here, baby.
Yeah, no, we spin out of that.
And we
And
gone.
we touch a paint.
Good Lord.
And
Yes,
we
sir.
go.
28.
28 didn't have a chance.
You had a great angle. What the hell?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
Okay.
Vertical.
Get through
Gone.
that. Good Lord.
Oh, great
Oh,
speed.
my goodness.
Touch earth.
Yeah. He didn't really have to do that, though. He could have just read.
Hey, it don't matter.
You're right. You're right. Make it look pretty. Highlight tape competition. You made it fall.
Follow my block.
Okay.
Hit
yeah.
the corner.
Gone.
Oh, well.
Come
When
on.
the corner,
Only what he
when the
fell.
corner
Yeah,
fall
only
down.
what he fell for.
Come on now.
Touch a paint.
Oh, yeah. He getting to the zone.
He gets to the zone.
For sure. But he making it. Didn't.
Oh,
Catch it
all right,
misses.
he going
making
out.
it look too easy.
Swing route.
Little screen. Okay.
Follow my box. Get to the wall.
Oh, 19. What is you doing?
We
Come
out of
on,
there.
bro.
Get off me.
These arm tackles is
Get
not
off
working.
me.
It's not working.
Golly.
These arm tackles not working.
Like you said, sweet 5'10", 200.
Yeah, 5'10", 200, yeah.
That boy solid.
Ooh,
Excuse me.
great feet. Drag him to the end zone.
Ain't no way he score.
Drag him to the end zone.
Ain't no way he scored.
Drag him to the end zone.
Good Lord.
Let's go.
He's still going.
We still going.
I was about to say, boy, at some
We
point.
still going.
No,
Get to the
it's
zone.
not.
Let's go. Get to the zone. Let's
There's
go.
no way he just
Get to
scored
the
on
zone.
that
Let's
play.
go.
There ain't no way he did
Let's
that, bro.
go.
Where the fuck the ref at?
Let's
God,
go.
That's what I'm saying. That ain't dead.
Hey, look at this. Damn. All right,
ain't
TJ.
dead.
Why would the ref stop that?
Exactly.
You right.
No for
Exactly.
But at some
Hey,
point,
check
at
his
some
phone.
point, sometimes refs
Ask him
be
again,
stopping
Jason.
plays.
Why would he blow the whistle?
He right. He is right.
the line
He's right.
came in, King. The line came in and said, come on.
Hey, man, we work together. It's all about teamwork.
That's dope.
Teamwork make the dream work, baby.
Man,
All
move
right.
the pile.
Teamwork make the dream work.
All right, up next, we got Darrell Washington, linebacker, 6'1", 220, class of 26, Brookhaven High in Brookhaven, Mississippi. Shout out to the SIP, man. 3.5 GPA.
crooked letter, I.
Shout out to the SIP. Let's go.
letter. We go.
letter. Let's see what we got.
We needed a dog.
Oh, he waiting.
Oh, screen.
I got that.
Him.
I got that.
Oh,
He took it.
he took
I
that. I
got
thought he got a kill shot. Oh yeah.
Oh, he just took the ball.
Yeah,
just
there you
took
go.
it
I
from
mean, that's smart. That's smart. You
points.
ain't- Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Took
Yeah.
that too.
Oh, we making play.
Oh,
Oh,
son, come on, Darrell.
damn.
Yeah,
Stay
man.
on your feet, son.
Yeah, we
Great
gotta get-
play.
That was a beautiful play.
Turf Monster got him. Okay, downhill.
Get off that. Oh yeah.
Oh, my.
Get to the ball.
Arrive violently.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Shh, them Sippy boys, man. Quit playing. Ball
Ball
out.
out.
Ball out.
You got it.
I like that. I like that. That ball out.
Okay.
That's
Playmaker.
big time.
There he is.
In the
Middle.
middle. Let
Coming
me
too.
see.
Dropping the zone.
He gonna score.
Yum.
Ooh, good hit.
We didn't even
We
finish.
got to see the finish, man.
Yeah.
Got to see the finish. Get through there.
TFL.
Yep. Oh yeah, he fucking shit up for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, man, wreaking havoc.
He fucking shit up for sure.
He wreaking havoc.
Off the edge up there.
Yeah, at the edge.
Listen.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
sat him down.
Set him down. Then got. All right.
I like it.
young.
I like
Okay.
it, Darrell.
Man,
Darrell
I'm not
got
gonna
some
lie,
game.
I don't really know what happened just there.
He got some game. He got some game.
I'll take your word for it.
He said, "I'll take your word for it." All right, up next we got Langston Gibson. Oh shit. Langston Gibson, O-line, 6'3", 315, class of 26, Long Beach Polytech
Shout out to DJ.
in LA,
Shout out to
California.
Miguel DJ. That's where he went.
Let's see.
Is that right?
I'll let your boy 10.
Junior highlights. Let's see.
Here we go,
some.
big fella. You know what we want to see.
Just wreaking havoc.
Bias.
Oh
Oh my god. Oh my
goodness.
god.
Yes, sir.
Oh my, he hit that motherfucker.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
I'm out here too.
Make sure that's
Skip pull. Yum.
Oh my goodness.
Body.
Get out that man way, bro.
Yes, sir. Pass pro. Dumping. Body. Bum. Another
he
body.
fucking shit up.
I love it, big fella.
That's him on
Finish
the
him.
move.
Finish him.
That's him on the move.
Finish him.
Yeah, shit, no. That's a big motherfucker.
315.
Bum. Body.
He is fucking displacing motherfuckers. Shit.
That's what we want. Okay, a little snatch down. Swim on him. Yeah, go for a swim.
Swim on him is crazy.
Go for a quick swim.
Swim on him is crazy, okay? Let me see
That's what we
something.
want to see. Clean him up.
Oh yeah.
To the
And
ground.
lay on him.
He
Yeah, and that's a wide 315.
that's a
laying on him,
nasty
too.
that's a nasty motherfucker.
Damn, the
hitting people,
catch
dog.
QB. What a
That's a
fucking
nasty
play.
motherfucker hitting people.
And we climbing.
Oh yeah. Come on, no,
Okay.
go get him. Go get him. Go get
Yeah, we ain't catching nobody.
He's still moving though. He's still that's
We love it.
That's a big dog right
Love
there.
it.
All right, last one. We got Tristan Lyles, edge, outside linebacker, 6'1", 234, class of 26, Central High in Phoenix City, Alabama. 4-star prospect.
Phoenix
Max
City.
Preps, All-American. Max Preps, All-American.
Phoenix City. Ooh, I ain't heard that.
Phoenix City.
It's been a while.
Let me see something. Mr. Lyles. Okay. Pick something.
Pick it off, goes to the
Pick
house.
something. Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
One hand.
Crib. Crib.
That was smooth.
That's a beautiful play right there.
Yeah,
Love
that
it.
was smooth.
Tip it to yourself off the screen.
Come on,
Yeah.
cameraman. Tighten
Hell
up.
yeah. That's
Oh,
just
here
the
we go.
other
It's a
angle.
better angle.
Better angle.
This is for the drone.
Okay.
That's a beautiful play.
Yeah, that was a great play.
That's a beautiful fucking play.
Touch and paint.
Yeah, big six. Quit playing with him.
That was a beautiful play. He did that. Off the edge up top.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my goodness.
What the
That quarterback didn't have a chance.
Damn.
Where's my blocks?
Nah, yeah, the lineman.
He got whooped.
Yeah, facts. He got cooked.
Take on the puller.
Okay.
Give me the ball.
Destroy the
Ball out.
Ball out.
And we got the ball out. Another big
yeah.
six.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Lyles like that.
Okay, now. Be in the corner.
Speed. That's just
Come
straight
here.
speed, bro. That's straight speed.
Yeah, that boy fast.
Okay, we going hands on. And we play the run.
I mean, the
And we
motherfucker,
play the run.
they had a wing right there. It looked like a wing. The nigga that never had a chance.
Set the edge.
Never
yeah,
had a chance.
I like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
He got a
that,
buddy.
chance. He got a chance.
I like Tristan.
Yeah, buddy.
For
That's
sure,
a great edge.
Shit, I know who I'm voting for. Fuck. That's easy for me.
What does touch and paint mean?
Touchdown.
touchdown.
The end zone.
Get in the end zone.
I
Get a
figured that.
touchdown.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Touch paint, baby. You gotta touch paint. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Got to.
I always say that.
Hell yeah. All right, shit. Go ahead. Pop it off, sweet man. Who you got?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. 5'10", 200. TJ,
Yeah.
I like how he was running that ball, bro. So I'm going with the running back.
Okay. That's not a bad pick right there. TJ is definitely toting them up.
Yeah,
Definitely
Okay.
toting the pill. Gonna be doing some things over at West Georgia.
for sure.
King.
You know who I'm rolling with.
Big dog.
Got to.
Yeah. King usually does go for the big backs.
Got to.
All right.
Yeah. If
Where
you
going,
had
JC?
if you had we gonna get Jason. If you had to pick one, Jason, who you got? Who you like?
I like the first guy.
You like the first guy?
Yeah.
Running
TJ?
back. Yes, sir.
Okay.
He looked cool.
He look
Running
cool.
back look good.
And that's what we here for, the highlight tape competition. You want to look cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm
the
a little
tape
biased.
got to pop. The
Yeah,
tape got to pop.
The tape do got to pop. And those was the ones that popped.
I feel like also I could actually see what he was doing more than everybody else.
okay.
There you go.
I
That's
understand it.
important.
Right, that's all that matters.
I saw what was
understand.
happening.
I ain't mad at it.
When I watched this film, I knew exactly what was going
Exactly.
on.
You knew exactly
I
what
was
was going
Monday
on.
film. I was clueless.
Right.
But
Right.
when I watched him,
He scored touchdown. He touched the paint.
He touched the paint.
He touched the paint.
Hell yeah.
That's what I
Hell yeah.
like, man, when people touch paint. You know me.
I ain't mad at it. I'm a little biased, defensive guy. Shit, Mr. Lyles took it for me. He was out there doing some shit that we love to see out there. A lot of ball out action. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, look, we got our winner for this week. Man.
Shout out TJ Lester.
My boy TJ Lester putting on for West Georgia.
keep toting it.
Commit going on. Yeah. Shout out to all the boys that in it for this week. You know what I'm saying? All the guys that's being coachable out there, submitting their tapes the right way, trying to get some more love for themselves, put themselves on just a bigger stage. Yeah, man, we appreciate all the guys tapping in for real. And again, shout out to TJ winning for this week.
For sure. That was a big one, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, look, baby, we at the back of this thing.
Yeah, man, it's it.
I ain't got no more questions for Jason, but Faye, you got some.
You know who's up.
Faye, this is Faye's time to
This is
shine.
Faye's
He always
time to
pull out
shine.
some crazy shit. So
Uh-oh.
be prepared if you did some crazy shit that you want to see.
Well, I think we've already
surface.
established that that's
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think we've
I think there's
established
it's something
that
out there.
something is out there.
Definitely something out there.
Well, as you guys said, usually we end the show on some, big embarrassing moment or something
fuck.
crazy
He
that
said
Zach did. But I mean, you've gone through these countless injuries that you're talking about, Jason. So it's like we talked about some of your old skating videos and shit like that. So I wanted to pull up something that was more recent, see if you could kind of talk us through what happened here exactly.
Man, I hit my head so much I don't remember it.
Okay.
Hey.
Everything.
Oh, now I do. Yeah.
Oh,
shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got
Damn.
Oh my God.
They pulled the ramp out from under you.
What happened?
It was slippery that day.
It looked like
They,
Oh my
they didn't
God.
mop it, and when I came out of it's an alley backslide Smith grind, and I slipped down.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was gone for like 15 minutes.
oh, we.
Yeah, this is a thing that happens to me because I skate with Tony a lot, and I got knocked out 3 times in 1 year, and that was the third one.
Yeah.
And I wake up, and this is like a regular thing for me where I wake up and Tony Hawk is like, "Hey man, where are you?" And
That's a fair question.
it was the third time, and I was like, fuck. whenever I wake up and Tony Hawk's asking me where I am, it means I got knocked out. That's what that means.
Shit.
And I was like, let me guess, I got knocked out. And he's like, yeah, man, where are you? And I was like, I'm at your ramp. And I go, he's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm doing a podcast with you. And he's like, okay, good. Because for the last 10 minutes when I asked you that, you did not know the answer. And I was like,
Shit.
That's
how it goes.
Dude,
Yeah, that is how it goes.
this is when I first got sober, and I was like, I'm not like a religious guy, and I was praying, I'm praying to be sober and stuff. And I pray to God every day. I get in a 3-point stance because one of my sponsors taught me about that, and it motivated me.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in a 3-point stance that morning, and I was like, hey, I knew I was going to come to the ramp that day, and I was going to push it. And this is me warming up. Like, I got hit early. But I remember I asked God, I was like, hey, I don't usually ask for stuff from myself, but today, can you just keep me safe? Because I'm old and I'm going to go pretty hard today. And then I got knocked out. This is a scary story, dude. Like, I woke up, and when Tony was like, no podcast today. And I was like, you sure, dude? And he's like, dude, no podcast today. Like, you got hit hard.
Yeah.
I get in the car, and a voice in my head said, kill yourself. And I was like, I've hit my head a lot. And when you hit your head good, you get dark. Like, your brain starts to say stupid things to you.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, that's not cool. And then it's saying it to me the whole drive home. I drove 2.5 hours by myself. And
how were you driving?
Because I was okay.
What?
Yeah, like they made me stay there for like an hour or so. I was all right.
Oh yeah, no, your ass would have been to the hospital. Give me your skateboard. Nope, you're gonna come with us to the locker room, and we're gonna do this for like 45 minutes, and then we're gonna take you back to the hospital.
In skateboarding, we go, look at me. Yeah, you could.
Hell no.
or not yet. Because dude, we have, do you see concussions? You see the glossiness in someone's eyes where they're kind of there, but they're not fully there.
Yeah.
And that's when you're not ready.
Yeah.
And there's also like, how long you been out? Do you remember? Because in the end, I was like, I fell on that trick. And he's like, oh, you remember all the way up to when you hit? And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
That's a really good sign.
Because if you go, I don't know what day it is, that's bad.
Nah.
So we do have a scale, and I did tell him, I know exactly what I fell on. I know what day it is. And he was like, okay, you're good. So when I drove, that voice was happening all night. I was back at my house by myself. And I remember before I went to sleep, I was like, really, God? I said, can you keep me safe? There's a voice telling me to kill myself right now. Is this how you're looking out for me? And then I woke up in the morning, and the voice was like, you'll be all right, man. Just eat some food, get some rest. And I was like, that is a nice voice. I like that guy.
He could stay.
Yeah. And then from that day on, still to this day, when I pray, the voices that I hear back, I mean, it might be me, I don't know. But to me, I hear the dark and the light. And it's like, where it's like, you should, go hang out with that face tattoo chick. And I'm like, oh, I know that voice. That's the voice that says, kill yourself. That's the dark in me. And it's like, hey man, you're better than that. You don't need to do that. Or you don't need to smoke weed. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
So now when I pray, I hear God. I know this is going to sound weird, but from that day on, day, dude, like the next day, when I pray now, I'm like help somebody, do something good. Yeah. I know who that voice is, and I listen to that one. And the other one, when it says what's so bad about going to fuck that? And I'm like, I know you. You're the one that thinks it's cool that I kill myself because I hit my head. I don't listen to you anymore. Right. And ever since then, I always listen to the God. Yeah. And I always do the right. Well, not always, but most of the time, I do the right thing. Yeah. That day cured me, and that's why I feel like this is my theory on it. I prayed to God to take care of me that day, and He did. Just in a real rough way, but He also knows I don't learn shit easy. I learn things the hard way. Right. And ever since that day, I get in 3-point stance 20 times a day. And I always ask what can I do to be help somebody today? And it'll give me good advice. Like when I do stand up, I don't sweat stand up no more. I pray and I'm like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Right. Just do the best you can, man. That's all you can ask.
What do you mean by 3-point stance?
Well, see, I got 3-point stance because I'm in MMA, and there's a couple of famous fighters that get in a 3-point stance. So you crouch with your knuckle down like a football guy.
Right, that's
because there's some fighters that obviously grew up in America that played football.
Yeah.
So they get in a 3-point stance in the cage before they fight.
Yeah.
But to me, because I didn't grow up playing football, I thought 3-point stance was because John Jones did 3-point stance. And then I realized, wait, that's a fucking football thing, dude.
Right. That's
like
why
they got it from football.
That's why.
Right.
And the guy that I got it from the sober, he's a football coach.
Okay.
And he's he made a speech one day where he's like, no matter how dark my day is, I get in a 3-point stance. I pray to God, I get up and I'm fired up. And I was like, I like that.
I like it.
And also, my knees are so wrecked. I can't get on my knees to pray. It hurts too much.
Right.
So I get in a 3-point stance to pray.
Yeah.
So that's just like a thing that it doesn't hurt as much, and and like I get fired up no matter. I'm tired. I'm sore. I'm like, some bad shit happened. No matter what, 3-point stance, I get up and I get fired up for the day. So that's like from that day on, the next day on that's how I live my life.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
A life-changing moment right there.
I got a weird request because, John is not really an athlete. We've been trying to show him stuff. And his 3-point stance is ass. So could if you don't mind, could you show him
you think his is ass? You're talking about an Australian guy that watched UFC fights? You think you know what? I know enough from watching football movies that there's like the knuckle, like, because I do 3-point stance where it's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in a 3-point stance ready to sprint and knock your ass over.
Yeah.
Because if I was, it wouldn't be the same stance. Because I'll sit down, because this knee's the one with the fake dead ligament in it. So it doesn't bend as far as the other one. So this is the one that goes down super far. Right. And then I sit on my knuckle.
Sink into it.
But if I was gonna knock you over in a football game, which would also be hilarious, because you'd be like, what the fuck is that?
I'm just curious to see, you know what I'm saying? Different types of football out here.
Hold on, we gotta move some. We gotta slide this a little.
Slide this a little bit, just a little bit. Let's see what Jason got in here.
Oh no, don't hurt
So
you.
if I was gonna do it,
Okay, that look good
That's not
though.
bad.
Hey, you'll
That's
fuck
not
John
bad.
up.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's legit.
That's not bad.
I like that shit.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Man, he whooping man ass off the first step.
That's what I'm saying, man. Hey, football coach would be proud of that. That shit look good right there.
Hell yeah.
His was way.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy.
It was way.
I'm
worse.
balling him over for sure.
Exactly.
The first step is a killer. Is the second one where shit gets bad.
There you go.
I dramatically slow down. I was at the second step.
Hell yeah.
I was like,
Oh my God, man. Nah, look, man.
Where can they find you at, first and foremost? I know you still on tour. You got a lot going on still.
Yeah,
So
he's still doing a lot out
Tour
here.
dates is thejasonellis.com.
Yep.
That's where my tour dates. That's where my clothing line's at.
Yeah.
Wolfmade on Instagram. Ellismade on Twitter. What else am I supposed to say? I think that's it. That's good.
Plug, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they can find you over there on the podcast with you and Tony?
Oh, yes. No, the podcast of me and Tony's done.
Oh, that's over with?
Yeah.
Well,
the Patreon is what we talking about.
The
though.
Jason Ellis Show
Yes.
is a podcast that's available everywhere. And then my Patreon is patreon.com/EllisMate, where I do 2-2-hour shows a week. Then I also record the podcast on there. So it's 3 Jason Ellis shows a week. And then I do a solo show about like what's going on in my life called Awesome World. So it's basically like 4 shows a week on my Patreon.
That's dope.
There we go.
Yeah.
A lot more Jason Ellis out there. A lot more than we had time for this week. But we definitely appreciate you.
Hey, man, this is awesome. You guys got a really cool show.
Beautiful time.
Good shit.
Learned a lot. And if you didn't already, man, go ahead, tap in with us on the YouTube. Okay, It's a lot of great shows, a lot of great guests. You know what I'm saying? We always doing something a little out of our wheelhouse every now and then. And this was a beautiful time.
This is one of those.
Definitely appreciate you, Jason, pulling up. Y'all
Touch
tap
pain.
in with him, man. Show some love.
I can't wait to watch a game and say that around one of my friends, and they'll be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, man, touch paint. You got it. Come on,
motherfucker.
Touch paint.
Every time.
Play, man. Get that
Every
fucking
time.
cat in the bathtub, baby. Let's do it. All right? Hell yeah, man. Look, bro, it's another episode of The Raw Room. We appreciate y'all tapping in, baby. We out of here. Easy.
Oh, no.
If you have something to say, need a place to help you say it, check out the boys at the Raw Room Media Group to get information on recording the session.
Appreciate y'all for listening. Hey, follow us. Follow us at the Raw Room, Twitter, Instagram. Follow me at Wesson_Son56 on Instagram. On Twitter, DB_5Trey.
Follow your boy JC, JCar_11, Twitter, Instagram, JCar_32. And the Raw Room is at raw__room.
Roomies, we appreciate y'all for listening. We'll tune in for you next week. Ease.
I had a unhealthy fear of pigs growing up.
You scared of Charlotte Webb?
I had a Charlotte Webb did fuck me up.
Hell no! What?
Bro, Charlotte Webb fucked all of us up.
No one's ever said that.
Come on, we're not gonna play and say Charlotte Webb didn't fuck y'all over.
What the fuck are you talking
Charlotte
about?
Webb fucked me up. That shit was sad.
What do you mean we're not gonna?
Yeah, bro, come on.
You're saying you're not. You are the only one.
Not the one.
You are the only one.
Yeah, you
KB.
You is the
Charlotte
only one.
Webb was sad as shit.
No.
I thought you were scared of pigs.
Nah, well, see, I had an unhealthy fear of them later on because so my people got land out in Brownsville. Or had some land out in Brownsville. They had pigs and
big
ass shits, right?
One of the pigs got you?
Nah, never. But I used to fuck around, like go over there, and my uncle got it on the land and said, "Hey, you know they eat anything, right?
They do.
You know they eat anything."
You talking about?
And I was a small. I'm damn near like.
Oh, like he said he would eat you?
Basically.
Right.
Fucked me up after that. Fucked me.
No.
I was gone.
Did he eat you?
No, he didn't.
Well, then fucking
Right, fuck is we crying?
No. But hold tight. That's not the one. I don't know what Charlotte Webb with this little white girl. That's not the one I was watching.
Babe,
is there a scary?
Babe died and he cried like a bitch.
Hell yeah.
He cried like a bitch.
Babe fucked me up too. But Charlotte really. Charlotte Webb was the one. That shit, I was like, damn. Babe was crazy too, though. That was, yeah.
But you was scared of pigs. I'm fucking weak.
Babe was the one, though. Babe was
a bitch.
How was Babe a bitch?
Babe was
holding it down. Like, he was better than a fucking cheap dog. He was that guy.
Babe was.
What is happening?
He was. Like, Babe was that guy. He was the one.
I never heard that several sentences have come out of your mouth in the last 20 seconds. Babe was holding it down.
He was. He was holding it down, bro.
What are you
like,
talking about, dude?
Like his owner was losing sheep battle, whatever. Like sheep
I'm
battles
aware of like the storyline, dude. It's okay.
We know what happened.
It's not helping.
Babe was not the one.
Babe was holding it down, bro.
Babe was not the one.
He was literally bringing in the bacon. What you mean? He was winning shit.
He was the fucking bacon.
He was bringing it in too.